Yeah, very good evening to the viewers of today's VCM on very important topic, mind, market and money. Today we have this VCM. The hosting branch is Jodhpur branch of CIC of ICI. We have galaxy of panelists with us. To start with, my chairman, CA Anuj Goyalji, the chairman of the Committee for Financial Market and Investors Production. On as a attachment to my chairman, another chairman of his hosting branch, his parental branch, Ghaziabad chairman, Karan Gargji, the chairman of the hosting branch, Jodhpur branch, Dhaval Kothari ji, and uh, we have many other managing committee members of the hosting branch with us, the office period of the hosting branch with us, and the learned speaker, Mr. Rudra Murthy, who happens to be a chartered accountant, is also joining this session. And I had an opportunity to, CA Rudra Murthy is with us. So I had an opportunity to hear Mr. Rudra Murthy, and it's a wonderful session. I remember, I think purposely this session is kept from 7 to 9 so that it can't be extended. One day we started at 2 p.m. It ended with 6:30 p.m. So I think strategically Anu sir suggested this time that today we should keep it 7 o'clock. So if we stretch it, so there should be some limit. Otherwise, it can go 6-7 hours. So that structure our learned speaker has. Yeah. So I will not take much time. I would request C.A. Dhaval Kothari ji, Chairman, Jodhpur branch of CIC of ICI, to offer his welcome address to the delegates and the everyone.
Thank you, Amit Kumar Agarwal ji. Healthy evening to all. I, CA Dhaval Kothari, Chairman of Jodhpur branch of CIC of ICI, welcome you on today's virtual CP meeting on Mind, Market and Money for Wealth Creation. I extend a very warm welcome and greetings to learned speaker of today's VCM, Sri Rudra Murthy ji. I also welcome Sri Anuj Goyal ji, sir, Central Council member and Chairman of CFMIP. In absentia, I also welcome Sri Umesh Sharma ji, Central Council member and Vice Chairman of CFMIP, and Sri Rohit Ruwatia ji, Central Council member. I also welcome all managing committee members, Sri Karan Garg, all the senior member of professions, participants and viewers. I am thankful to CA Anuj Goyal sir for accepting our request in short period of time and make this happen. In a present situation, most of the investors invest at high and sell at low and book their losses. I hope today's VCM will sharpen our skills and teach us to use mind, then invest money in market and create wealth for us. If we can learn to create a state of mind that is not affected by the market's behavior, the struggle will cease to exist. Thank you, and over to Dr. Amit Kumar Agarwal.
Thank you, Dhaval Kothari sir, for your warm welcome address. Now I would request Pankaj Rathi ji, CA Pankaj Rathi ji, Vice Chairman of Jodhpur branch of CIC of ICI, to kindly present the brief profile of C. Anuj Goyal, Chairman, CFMIP.
Thank you, Amit sir. I, Pankaj Rathi, Vice Chairman of Jodhpur branch of CIRC of ICI, would like to introduce the gem of our institute, CA Anuj Goyal sir. He is currently the Central Council member of our institute. He is serving the 6th tenure as the Central Council member. He had also served the CIRC for 3 years, where he had been chairman, and he is currently the chairman of the research committee of our institute, which is the oldest technical committee. He is also the chairman of Committee on Financial Market and Investors Protection, which organizes programs, seminar, conference, certificate course related to financial market. And Anuj sir has various professional degrees including CA, CS, CWA, LLB, PISA, and he is the president of Reliable Group of Education Institute, Ghaziabad.
Thank you, Pankaj sir, for this briefing of our worthy chairman, Sri Anuj Goyal ji. Now I would request Sri Anuj Goyal ji for his opening remarks.
Thank you, Dr. Amit Agarwal ji. I am really very happy that we are having the presence of the brand ambassador of the CA profession in the capital market, my brother, my very close friend, Rudra ji, CA Rudramurthy ji. A very, very big round of applause for CA Rudramurthy ji. We are really fortunate that he is amongst all of us, as this capital market is very, very important for the members of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, and role of the Chartered Accountants is very, very important for the development of the economy, for the development of the country. We are having our very, very prominent Central Council member from western part of the country, the vice chairman, rather vice chairman, I will say, C. Umesh Sharma ji. A very, very big round of applause for C. Umesh Sharma ji. He is contributing like anything for the cause of the profession, for the cause of the members, for the cause of the students. We are really fortunate to have him in the Central Council of ICAI. And of course, Dr. Amit Agarwal ji, very vibrant and dynamic secretary of our financial market as well as the research committee. He's trying his level best to see that how we can really put our 100% for the cause of the profession, for the cause of the members, and for the cause of the society and nation. And we are having the Jodhpur branch. I think one of the most vibrant branch, and the Jodhpur is a place which has generated maximum number of chartered accountants across the globe. It is a manufacturing hub of the chartered accountants. So thank you very much, team Jodhpur. We are having the presence of Honorable Chairman of Jodhpur branch, Dhaval Kothari ji. We are having Vice Chairman Pankaj Rathi ji. We are having the presence of our Dhan Kuber Raj Bothra ji, the Secretary Pooja ji. I think she is with us. Yeah. And then Mukesh Vyas ji, our Honorable Managing Committee member of the Jodhpur branch. Dhaval Kothari ji is really doing wonders under his chairmanship for the cause of the profession. Hemant Lohia ji, the Sikasa chairman of Jodhpur branch. And of course, Pankaj Rathi ji, vice chairman, and Abhishek Soni ji, executive member of the Jodhpur branch, and other managing committee members of the Jodhpur branch, and all our honorable viewers from each and every part of the world. A very, very good evening to all of you. And friends, let me tell you, this financial market is very, very important for our profession, for the chartered accountants. And unless and until our chartered accountants will be playing very, very active role in this financial market, in this capital market, we have renamed our committee from capital market to financial market so that its scope can be further increased. And you will not believe the way we are trying to really put our 100% for the cause of the nation through this committee. I think it is something really great. We are trying to see that how we can reach in each and every part of the world. I was with Rudra sir in Guwahati recently. Our honorable governor of Guwahati was there. Our honorable president was there. And we were having the state level conference, and number of investors were there from each and every segment. The NCC students were there, other college students were there. So we are trying our level best to see that how we can handle the investors in each and every part of the country. In the month of March itself, Rudra sir, you will not believe that we have organized more than 100 physical programs of our financial market committee only and only for the investors awareness. And in addition to that, we have organized other programs also. So that shows our capacity and capability and commitment and devotion and dedication. We are having the target to organize at least 2,000 physical programs. Very difficult even to dream, but we are going to execute it. So in a real sense, we are trying our level best to see that how we can prove ourselves the real partner in nation building. And I'm quite confident that when we are having the personalities like Rudra sir, who has shown that how the chartered accountants can really do wonders in the capital market. I think he's the role model for all of us. And who can understand better than a chartered accountant the nitty-gritties of the capital market? If we have to analyze the balance sheet, if we have to analyze the ratios, if we have to understand the figures, if we have to understand the financial statements, I think only and only the chartered accountants are the best suited professionals. We are far better suited with due regard to each and every professional, whether it's your company secretaries or cost accountants or MBAs or law graduates. And I am quite confident that we chartered accountants will certainly see that how we can really put our 100%. We have recently taken a decision that now the chartered accountants who are in practice can have the income from derivatives. Earlier, it was not allowed to the chartered accountants. And our chartered accountants who are in full-time practice, they can very well be the director, full-time director in a management consultancy private limited company, popularly known as corporate form of practice. And in that corporate form of practice itself, Amit Agrawalji is coming with a white paper that the chartered accountants in this corporate form of practice, chartered accountants who are in practice, what activities they can do as far as the capital market is concerned. As far as I know, around 20 activities are there which can be undertaken in the corporate form of practice by a practicing chartered accountant who is full-time practicing chartered accountant, whether as a partner or proprietor, and he can be the whole-time director in that corporate form of practice, can draw the salary and can render the services as far as the capital market is concerned. So I'm quite confident that when we will be hearing our star faculty, our brand ambassador Rudra sir, on this very, very important topic, mind, market and money for wealth creation. If you will be going at the Google, you will type Rudra, you will find that book, wonderful book, I think best selling book as far as the capital market is concerned. And when Rudra ji will start speaking, I think it can go on up to 12 in the night. Let me tell you, the queries will not stop. But I'm quite confident that we'll try to see that how within a limited time frame, because the last time when Rudraji was with us, the allotted time was only 2 hours and it went on up to 5 hours. So we'll certainly see that this time he should not skip his dinner as it's very difficult to find time. This is Saturday evening, and this is a family time for the persons who are dealing in the capital market. So I will not be taking your further time. I think Rudraji is with all of us, and when he was an article, he started investing in the capital market, and as soon as he completed his CA, immediately thereafter, neither he joined any chartered accountant firm, nor he started his practice, or nor he joined any industry. Straightway, he started the activities in the capital market. I think that should be the confidence with a chartered accountant, and I'm quite confident that all of us will certainly learn from Rudra sir. I am a great fan, rather AC of Rudra sir, and I'm quite confident that all of us will certainly see that how we can try to avail this wonderful opportunity which is going to be there in the capital market, because India is a developing country, and as per the estimates, by 2050 we can be 25 to 30 trillion economy. We will be the second largest economy after China, and China and India, of course, will overpass the United States of America. This is going to happen, and in the times to come, I'm quite confident. If God willing, we will certainly try that if we can overpass even China, because we were the topmost economy of the world 400-500 years back. बहुत ज्यादा पीछे जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. अगर आप 300-400 साल पीछे भी जाएंगे तो इंडिया वाज द बिगेस्ट इकोनॉमी ऑफ द वर्ल्ड, और दूसरी कोई इकोनॉमी अगर कोई थी तो हमसे बहुत 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 ज्यादा पीछे थी. आई एम क्वाइट कॉन्फिडेंट दैट ऑल ऑफ अस विल certainly put our 100% for this. I think that should be our endeavor, that how we can have that status of Sone ki Chidiya once again. I will not be taking your further time. I once again welcome Rudra sir, Umesh Sharma sir, and team Jodhpur, and we are having our young and dynamic chairman of Ghaziabad branch, my home branch, Karangal ji. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chairman sir, for your wonderful opening remarks. We have the presence of our Vice Chairman, C. Umesh Sharma ji with us, who is the Central Council member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. And fortunately, I'm in two of the committee, and it's a coincidence that Research Committee as well as the Financial Market Committee, both committees, I am secretary. Umesh Sharma sir is Vice Chairperson, and Anuj sir is the Chairman. So we have a technical kind of thing, three Murti, and I think beyond my expectation. This is the first time of the Umesh sir, but the way he is contributing for the profession and the experience of Anuj sir, the mix of blend of this experience and positive energy by Umesh sir, we are achieving new heights in capital market as well as in research committee. Let me share with you one of the experience that in very first meeting, a chairman and vice chairman given me advice to meet with the government ministries. I was hesitating to write to secretaries of various ministries. Then forcefully, I have to write. I wrote, and you will surprise that we have met around 10 secretaries to the central ministries. They given us appointment. We are discussing at length. We are reaching to them. We are proactive. So this is the vision of my chairman and vice chairman, that they are giving us. Under their able leadership, we would be achieving new heights. And with the permission of the chairman, sir, I would request my vice chairman, sir, for a ice-breaking session. Over to my chairman, Umesh Sharma, sir. Vice chairman, sir, Umesh Sharma.
Yes. Good evening, and thanks, Amit ji, secretary, and thanks to Jodhpur branch, and thanks to Chairman Anuj Goel ji. Today, by coincidence, I have to talk on only 3 points: ब्रह्मा, विष्णु, महेश, जिन्होंने ये दुनिया बनाई है. और कैपिटल मार्केट की और जो वेल्थ क्रिएशन की जो वर्ल्ड है, उसके अंदर भी हमने 3 टॉपिक्स लिए हैं आज: माइंड, मनी, एंड द थर्ड इज मार्केट फॉर वेल्थ क्रिएशन. एंड वेरी effectively, our committee has drafted a program and has called Rudra Murthy sir, who himself is a Mahesh, who himself knows how to run the market, how to establish a market, and how to create a wealth out of that. So, friends, participants, हमारे लाइफ में भी इन 3 चीजों का बहुत इंपॉर्टेंस है. From Asian point of view, from religious point of view, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. In our committee also, we have Anuj ji, Amit ji, और हमारा नाम लिया गया. So I am small in front of you two all, but I am trying my level best. But yes, Rudra Murthy sir will take us how to control your mind, how to control your money, and how to control market and reach to the wealth creation. But friends, this is not an easy job. We chartered accountants know that mind is ready, but there is no money. Money is there, but mind is not ready. And when both are ready, market is somewhere. So we have to balance all the 3, and then we can create the wealth. So the balancing of all three, like living in samta, that is also the core of our life. How to balance all these three in our practice, in our life of a chartered accountant, that will be a learning curve from Rudra Murthy sir. I will be happy to listen to you, sir, for first time. And thanks to Jodhpur branch, thanks to all participants. And as rightly pointed out by Amit ji, we are working very hard to reach to all the government agencies, to reach to all the stakeholders of this committee, whether it's a financial market or whether it's a research committee. We are trying our level best. Please give your suggestions for more betterment of our fraternity. And with these words, thanks to Amit ji for giving me chance. Thanks to Anuj ji and thanks to Jodhpur branch. Over to you, Amit ji.
Thank you, Vice Chairman, sir. And now time is a constraint. So I would request Rudra Murthy, sir, for his deliberation.
And before that, can I have the opportunity to introduce him, or someone else has to introduce?
Yes, sir. Mr. Abhishek Soni. Abhishek Soni. Abhishek
May I
Soni
request see Abhishek Soni ji? Abhishek Soni ji is there?
Sir, due to some technical reasons,
Yeah.
out हो गए तो sir Hemant Lohia ji.
So may I request Hemant Lohia ji, our Sikasa chairman, to introduce our honorable guest speaker, C.A. Rudra Murthy sir.
Thank you, sir. It is my immense pleasure to introduce our today's faculty, C.A. Rudra Murthy BV sir, who is a chartered accountant and a holder of 5 master degree in the area of finance and control. He is the founder director of Vachana Investment Private Limited, who are direct members of NSC and DP of CDSL. He is a qualified technical analyst who holds CFT level 1 degree from IFTA USA. He quote on market are regularly referred by Wall Street Post, Money Control, Writers, Business Today, and many more. He comes often in CNBC Today, ET Now, TV9, and many more channels as guest speaker, expressing his views on investment and financial areas. He has been honored with Nad Prabhu Kempe Godwa Award and Karnataka Ratna Award for his services and contribution to the field of investment. He has also been awarded as Business Excellence in Wealth Creation by Economic Times for 2020 and the only Indian who was awarded as one of the world's top 5 trader training by Online Trading Summit 2019. Thank you, sir. Over to sir.
Thank you. And Raj Bothra ji, you are with us, our Dhan Kuber of Jodhpur branch. Raj ji. Yeah. So may I request Rudra Murthy sir for his words of wisdom, for his address. A very, very big round of applause for Rudra sir.
Thank you. Sir, thank you so much. Hope my audio and video is coming clear, and if someone can confirm me with a thumbs up. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Anuj Goyal sir. So as a chartered accountant, talking to my fraternity gives me a lot of pride. And let me share my very small knowledge on capital market with you people. Let me make this session more lively, interesting, and once again, a warm welcome to everyone who are present in this session. And thanks so much for giving me an opportunity. Jai Shri Krishna, and I'll do my level best. We'll also have a question and answer session at the end. And thank you so much for that great introduction. But let me tell you, Anuj sir, I keep learning every day. I can skip my food, I can skip my sleep, but I can't skip updating myself. I always say, if you don't grow, if you are not growing, then you are actually dying. So the only way to keep yourself alive is to grow. And I keep updating myself. I keep learning a lot. Earlier, it was all to do more with my profession, more to do with the area in which I am. But today I do read a lot of things outside my profession, which gives me more knowledge, more wisdom, more energy, and to share also my small knowledge in the field of capital market. So I'm just sharing even my presentation. And in fact, I have accepted this invitation only because of the highest respect what I have for Anuj sir. And it is very heavily raining in Bangalore. So I'm unable to even go to my office and do this program. Somehow with my mobile internet, I'm trying to manage. So people have to excuse me in terms of either internet connections or few things which are not the LAN wires what I have in my office, number one. And number two, I had hardly 45 minutes of sleep for the whole day yesterday. I was in Mumbai. I had meetings in Mumbai. It was 13 meetings I have done in a single day yesterday. And I met
So you are better Prime Minister Modi.
Sir, for me, in fact, yes, you have things to learn from everyone, but starting from Ashish Kacholia and then Nikhil Vora and Mukul Agarwal of Param Capital, great, and a lot of even foreign institutions. So it's all a different ball game altogether. And always we have opportunity in market because we have different opinion, we have different time frame, we have people who are bullish, bearish, we have someone who wants to buy, someone who wants to sell, we have a bull, we have a bear, and we have someone who is looking for a very short period, another person looking for a very long time frame. So all this makes market more efficient. And today in this world of technology where everything is available in terms of your fingertips, and even information asymmetry is not there today. So all the information is again available at the fingertip. So what is important today is the experience and expertise what you have in terms of controlling your mind and using that information towards the benefit of you in terms of succeeding in market. Again, success is a very subjective term. For someone, success is might be financial growth. For another person, it can be a spiritual growth. For another person, it can be just consistency. So again, we can't define success as just what someone has achieved in terms of money. In fact, I was asking and I update a lot. You hear Rudra for tomorrow another program, and you give me 2 more hour session. You will again listen at least 1 hour, 50 minutes of new things, might be 5-10 minutes of some basic concepts which I can't change, and over years it would have been the same, will repeat. But except that I update myself. That's how I keep growing and I don't die. And that's what learning is, what gives you earning. And yesterday, in fact, when I met a lot of these experiential people, some of them, they have experience in market over 40 years. In fact, I'm 39. Their age is more than the experience what they have is more than the age of the speaker here. So I'll just try to share my experiences and expertise beyond Google, and I want to make this session more lively. And let me also promise you, last time it was a very huge group of people who attended across the world. We had chartered accountants from Dubai, from outside India, inside India, and they made me do the program, I think, for 5 hours, which was a 2-hour session. But today I'm really tired, and my mother was saying, you just do this program, you will be all right and you will get your energy back. So that's how I will take my energy back, just interacting and then sharing my experience and expertise with you people. And let me just start straight with my presentation. And just a request to the entire audience, any questions whatsoever if you have, would appreciate if you can just make note of the same in your book and pen. Don't disturb me for a 45 minutes to an hour presentation, which I'll do right now. And post that, we will have a Q&A session where if someone can moderate and put those questions to me. So I would love to answer as many questions as possible. So if this is fine, my audio video is fine, and you're able to hear and you're able to see my presentation also, which I'm just sharing now. I just want a confirmation of yes. Okay, great. Thank you so much. And Anuj sir, by chance, anywhere if I miss on internet or something, would appreciate if you can even call me on my number. Well, best, and I want to recover back my tiredness, physical tiredness of attending 13 meetings yesterday in Mumbai, and I'll share all my experience. That is how I can relate with you people too. And Bangalore raining heavily, and sometimes yeah, power cut and all that stuff in between. But anything can happen to technology, but not to humans. And I have the inner confidence to just give my level best. Okay, so this is a session on mind, markets, and money, and for wealth creation. Very briefly, I'm an author of Amazon #1 selling book, Mind, Market, and Money. I was the only Indian who was there in the stage of top 5 world's best trader and trainer, declared by Online Trading Summit in 2019, awarded by Times Group in 2022 for excellence in wealth creation. And I'm also a guest speaker in ET Now. You can see me live every day in ET Now English and ET Now Swadesh Morning, many other media channel. My articles and my views on market are cited in Economic Times, Reuters Poll, Bloomberg Wire, and you name, both national and international. I have contributed in terms of my market knowledge. So in today's session, my focus will be on how to build a profitable equity portfolio in very tough market conditions like now. I always say, when you have a bull market, you get a lot of analysts, you get a lot of people who think they are smart because results are very good. But Warren Buffett makes this beautiful statement. He says, in a bull market, everyone looks a great investor and a great trader because he will be making great results. His performance will be speaking a lot. But the reality is, he says so beautifully, Buffett says, you will know only who is swimming naked when the wave goes off. So when there is wave, you will not know who is naked and who is not. But when the wave goes off, then only you will know who is swimming naked. That means making money in a bull market is too easy. We think it is our stock selection and that's how we are making money and we are great. But end of the day, what happens is, in a bear market, all the lessons of what you would have not learned in bull market, you will learn. In fact, for me, challenges are always good, and I always pray God to give me more and more challenges and also more energy to face those challenges with a lot of strength. And today we will learn how one can build a profitable portfolio in equity market and even in tough market conditions like now. And I will also focus on how one can plan retiring wealthy and even enjoy their financial freedom. So this will be the major focus of today's session. And for sure, any questions specifically you have, all that we will take it at the end. And I would appreciate each one of you to also make a lot of notes. For me, the nuggets, what I share with you people today, are surely not available in Google because it's my experience and expertise of 19 years now in capital market. And I always say, anything you do with pressure, the chance of success is too low. But anything you do with passion, the chance of success is very, very high. So I have passion towards market. Money is just the result. Money is just the byproduct. Money is just the outcome. But if someone is in market to make money, he will never make money. So for me, whether I make money or lose money, I love markets. For me, the things happening around me and me getting those updates and me understanding how market reacts to it, and market gives you learning every day. So that's the beauty of capital markets. So every second, not even every day, changes are so much. And I will just give you my journey and how one can also definitely make money through capital market. And we will look at these areas. And for sure, today I will end the session before the schedule, which is at 9 o'clock. 7:30 we will complete. I will complete by 8:30 so that at least we have 30 minutes for Q&A. Great. Now, let us just try to understand what is the intent of today's program and what are the specific topics I'm covering in today's session. I'll be talking about why people don't become super rich. We'll also look at what is passive income. We will see what is financial freedom, and is there any get rich quick adventure schemes in stock market, and if yes, what are those? I'll also talk about how to earn at least 100 crore in one's lifetime. I'm sure everyone says well, and at least how one can make 100 crore in one's lifetime. I'll be giving you the signs of that in today's session. And also we will learn what is right investing, We will see what are the steps required for that right investing. We will learn investment strategies. I'll also talk about BARP versus GARP. We'll also look at markets, why the real economy, what is happening around and what markets are reflecting, why there is a difference. We'll also look at this beautiful topic, getting rich versus staying wealthy. And finally, I'll share a story of a person who is the most intelligent person in the world, and whether did this intelligent person make money or not in market. And let us just see this beautiful story at the end, which summarizes what is required to make money in market. So just for a confirmation sake, I'm just asking, is my voice, audio, video, everything perfect? Just a confirmation, if someone can tell me yes if it is.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, fabulous. I will now not repeat or ask anytime. If there is a problem, I will not be knowing. So you will give me a call on my phone if there is a problem for good internet connectivity. If not, also Rudra will be there strong to connect to each one of you. Is that great?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for this support. Okay,
Yeah.
so I want everyone here, whoever is there in the group, to even participate in the chat. That is how I can ensure we all share the knowledge, whatever we have.
Rudra sir,
Yeah.
we're having the different technology. They will be chatting, but not on our platform. There is a separate platform, and we can access that those questions, and then we can moderate like that.
Great, sir. So I would request someone who has that access to the your tech team. What I want is whatever they keep getting in chat, if they paste it here in this group where we are. So I would be knowing like what the audience want, what is the reply, all that. So kindly just help me out, or if your team can do that to me.
Okay, right.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, sir. Okay, let me ask this question to the audience, and I want answers from each one of you. Tell me, according to you, why people don't become super rich, and I want you to give me your version. Please understand, always I say perception differs from person to person. As I just now told, success to me is something else, and success to another person is something else. So I want each one of you to put your perception without fail and tell me, according to you, why people don't become super rich. So any answers, if you can just type in and share that to me in the chat box. Really awaiting to see your answers. So can anyone help me out to understand, or what is your perception? Why do you feel people don't become super rich? Any answers? Or if someone can even unmute yourself and you want to just give me an answer, would appreciate that. Why do you feel people don't become super?
Rudra sir, as all other participants can't interact with us live, they will be they can't interact physically with us. So and their questions, their queries will be with us on the different platform. So live interaction as such will not be possible, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Then I will manage. I have no other option but to make it like a one-way traffic till we have the Q&A session. So let me complete my presentation and then we will have a Q&A session. Okay. So why people don't become super rich? This question was asked by Jeff Bezos to Warren Buffett. And who can talk better than Warren Buffett about stock market? And the whole world looks for him as one of the gurus, one of the fathers of capital market. And he is such a humble character to share his experience and expertise. So Jeff Bezos of Amazon asked Buffett why people don't become super rich. And Buffett gave a beautiful answer. Buffett told people don't become super rich, or they don't become rich because, he said, no one wants to become rich slowly. And if someone can get this line clear, and if you can implement this learning, you know the secret of making money. And the capital market is one of the means for it. But let me tell you, most people don't become rich or they die poor because no one, or the human tendency of everyone here, is to make money faster. And Buffett says people don't become rich because no one wants to become rich slowly. Everyone wants to become rich fast. And he says because people want to become rich fast, this is the number one reason why people don't become rich. So the answer, or the big top learning of the day and coming straight right now to you all is, if you want to become rich, you have to give time. And if you don't give time for time, becoming rich becomes very, very difficult. And there is this superb uh, eighth wonder of world called compounding, and I'll be talking about it today, and I'll tell you how one can make 100 crore at least in one's lifetime through the power of compounding. And if compounding has to work, you have to give time. So if you don't give time, then becoming rich becomes very tough. In fact, let me trigger your inquisitiveness to learn more. If you see India's top 10 richest people, you will be seeing there for sure names like Adani, names like Ambani, names like Radhakishan Damani, all that. But I don't see someone who is younger and who is there in world's top 10 richest people or even India's top 10 richest people, because you have to give time for the power of compounding to work, and that's how you make massive wealth. Again, let me underline the word massive wealth. If you want to make massive wealth, you have to give time, and you have to understand always creating wealth is a process and there is a science behind it. And in fact, I was reading the Babylonian history, and if you see from those days to even today, the science is the same and it is so simple. If you can just learn that art of creating that big wealth, massive wealth, you know it is possible and it is easy. And I'll be discussing a lot more today. So ensure you give time to become rich. This is number one reason why people don't become rich, because everyone wants to become rich fast. And this is the top one reason why people don't become rich. Now, with my experience, I was searching what would be the reason number two. So I feel other than this top one reason, there is another reason why people don't become rich. That is, no one wants to become rich by putting the work. Everyone wants to become rich doing nothing. And I always say doing nothing, what you get is also nothing. And let me tell you, I again share another big learning with you guys. Everyone wants freedom of two things. One is freedom of money and freedom of life, or we can call it as freedom of money and freedom of time. So people want today, I have so much work, but I don't have time. So, and whatever money you have, still you want more. So you want freedom of money and you want freedom of time. But let me tell you, this is my experience, again, not available in Google. I say, if you want freedom of money and if you want freedom of time, freedom is not free. You have to before work for it. Very, very important. You know what people want? They want to become free without doing anything. Not possible. So you have to build systems. You have to build processes. You have to do a lot of things, even to build a very successful business which can run without you. The same applies to any other field. So freedom is not free. The reason why people don't become free, both in terms of money and time, is because they want to become free, or they want freedom doing nothing. Not possible. If Mukesh Ambani today is big, if Adani today is big, if Radhakishan Damani is big, if Rakesh Junjunwala today has achieved so much of financial success, it's all because they have worked for it, they have dreamt big, they have achieved. And more than anything, it is just not the hard work and smart work alone. It is the consistent hard work and smart work. And more than all this, they had the blessing of even God. And I'm not here to discuss about spirituality, nor I'm an authority to talk on it. But let me tell you, without God's grace, retaining the money made is not easy. And keeping this mind very powerful is one of the most important attributes required in order to achieve both your time freedom and financial freedom. So we have learned now, most of the people die poor or they don't become rich for two important reasons. One, they don't want to become rich slowly. Everyone wants to become rich fast. And the second one we have learned, that is, people want to get freedom doing nothing, which is not possible. So I'm sure these two inputs right at the beginning tells you how one can become rich. So to become rich, you have to give time, and to become rich, you have to put in smart work. And freedom is not free. You have to learn the science of creating wealth. Now, let us just further proceed, and my story was too simple. Whenever I saw this list of all world's top richest people, I used to like ask myself, when will my photo come? But it was easy to dream big, but earning more and more. And that's how I joined CA and I completed my chartered accountancy course. But after becoming a proud chartered accountant, later realized to make big money, it is just not enough to be a chartered accountant. What is required is you have to come to stock market. This is how in 2003, 2004, I came to the field of stock market and started with a very small capital of 10,000. I did very well till 2008, and everyone for sure who has seen this time period, financial fall, the Lehman Brothers crisis, and market at index level, Nifty came down 65% at that point of time, and many stocks were all down 90-95%. And this is when I understood whatever great up move I had in my financial journey from 2003-4 to 2008 was all my luck, but I thought it was my skill. But then when market fell 2008 such a big way, and every stock left, right, center was just punished, that is when I started understanding, yes, there is something else for this market, and I wanted to learn that. And I can never forget S. Kumar's story when Lehman Brothers crisis came, and then even after that, Bear Stearns announced their bankruptcy. This stock came from 160 rupees to 12 rupees in the same month, and this stock was down close to 90%. And I had investments and I lost everything. And finally, I came even to debt. In fact, thanks to SEBI margin rules today, coming to negative is not so easy because of margin rule. But those days it was the broker used to decide how much ever leverage you want, he used to give. And I had the opportunity because of the bad leverage what was available to people at that point of time. I came even negative and lost all my capital, came negative, came to debt. I thought my career is over, and this was the state of my life when I felt that everything is gone, capital market is gambling, everything is set up with an operator, karta hai sabhi, our money is all gone, this fellow is a cheat, that fellow is a cheat, so all this blame game started. But I was very clear, if I cannot make money in this market, no one else in this world can make. I only don't know the real route, and let me learn that route. I had the open mind to not give up one and to learn. If someone else has done it, why can't I do? If Rakesh Junjunwala has done it, if Radhakishan Damani has done it, if Nimesh has done it, if Madhusudan Kela has done it, if Ramdev Agarwal has done it, if Motilal Oswal has done it, if Nirmal Bang has done it, if Nirmal Jain has done it, why can't Rudra do? So I was not ready to give up, but I know there was something missing in me, that was learning. And I wanted to learn from someone who has already done it. And life is too short to learn everything through your own experiences. So I started investing my time, started learning a lot, attended a lot of training programs, learned from best of the best. And today I say, okay, I get a small commercial rent of my property, which gives me 8.5 lakh rupee rent per month. And I'm the founder director of an NSE direct member company called Vachana Investment Private Limited. I enjoy my life. I have happy family, foreign tour, financial freedom. I achieved at the age of 33. I'm my own boss today, and I work only if I want to work. And all this is definitely possible, and you can do it much faster than me. You don't require 19 years of market learning for this, because yes, you are learning from a person who has done the trial and error already. And I'm not doing any trial and error on you today, and I'm just telling you what has worked in market and what will work even if you do it. And this is where the story changed. And yes, you have Rakesh Junjunwala, you have Radhakishan Damani, and all these people, great opportunity, God's grace. Many a times God comes through people because he can't come directly, and he gave that learning because I was very clear I am not ready to give up. And I was challenging God to tell him I am ready to put my hard work consistently, and I want answer. Please just give me what I deserve. And finally it came through people. And today, yes, I have my commercial property, my foreign tours, all this stuff can happen only because, yes, I was not ready to give up. My mission statement is to assist investors with reasonable expectation to achieve their financial freedom at the earliest. And with this mission, I keep sharing my time and to people like you and to many more people to assist them to achieve their financial freedom at the earliest. And let us just go to the next topic of today here on what is passive income. In fact, when I used to attend a lot of sessions, a foreigner came and told, I want you to make money when you are not working. And he used to say like money should earn money and you should make money even when you are sleeping. And I was just wondering, what is this fellow talking? All bogus. He is saying you should make money when you are sleeping. I told him, when I'm awake only, I'm not making money. Where is the question of making money when you are sleeping? And I'm a chartered accountant. I don't listen to all this bogus. And I want reality. I want logic. And I don't know how to make money when I am awake only. So how will I make money when I'm sleeping? So I was just not ready to listen. And I was just not ready to accept. I thought all that what he's talking is BS. And finally then, when I started learning and my experience taught me a lot of things, let me tell you what is passive income. I say the income what you earn by doing nothing is passive income. Very simple, kana, pina, sona. So even if you do kana, pina, sona, you have to make money. So if you are able to make money doing nothing, that is called passive income. I'm sure, like how I was questioning the speaker, you will ask me, Rudra, kaisa hota hai passive income? You said do nothing, you make money. Just before you were telling you have to do something, then only money comes. Now you are saying do nothing. Fully confused. In fact, if you are fully confused, that is the first sign of learning. So I'm very happy if people are getting confusion that way. But let me clear. Knowledge is power is a very old statement, but Rudra says clarity is power. So I will give you the clarity which is required, and you will enjoy the session till the end. You have to be there to get all this science, all these secrets of easy science and secret of making that money. Now getting back, I told you passive income means income what you earn by doing nothing. Kana, pina, sona, still you have to make money. Now I will give you an example. I just shared a photograph of my commercial property with you guys. So let me just put that back to you. And so this is the property which I've just given it for rent, which is there on my left hand side, which you can see on the screen. And this property gives me a rent of 8.5 lakh. It is in a very prime location of Bangalore, and I make 8.5 lakh. Now listen carefully. I was in Mumbai. In fact, today morning I came. I had a lot of meetings here in Bangalore today, and all that still money I make through my rental income doing nothing. And even in COVID period, 2 floors were vacant in the property, and I was still earning somewhere around 5.5 lakh to 5,75,000. And doing nothing, I was getting that rental income. Now, in fact, the demand for real estate is so hugely back. In fact, airports have a lot of queues right now. People are traveling like anything, and there is no uncertainty involved in terms of COVID today. People know how to face it. And let me tell you again, the demand, the supply changes which is happening in real estate, all that. In fact, right now my property is full and I have waiting period in Tatkal scheme, like how you have it in railway reservation, where people are asking, do we have any space available? And that is what is the real estate market which I'm seeing with my experience here in Bangalore. So I'm only trying to tell you, you can make income without doing anything. Example, I told rental income. Now I'll give you another example. I'm an author of a Amazon #1 selling book called Mind Market Money. And this book, someone else is buying right now in Amazon. I get royalty paid for every book sold. I'm talking with you guys, but my bank account will have catching, I say. That means money is coming. So me doing nothing, I'll be sleeping midnight, 12 o'clock, someone buys my book. I still get money credited to my bank account. So doing nothing, am I making money through royalty income on my book? Definitely yes. And let's say you have an FD in a bank, and 1 year, just do kana pina sona. Will I get interest from a bank FD? Yeah, definitely yes. But be careful, don't put FD in Ganesh Cooperative Bank, because you get more interest. I always say if you take this kind of a risk because you might get some extra return. People sometimes ask me, we have a local cooperative bank called Ganesh Cooperative Bank. People ask me, Rudra, I get more interest if I put my deposits in Ganesh Cooperative Bank. What do you say? I say if you put money in Ganesh Cooperative Bank, even Lord Ganesha does not know when will your money come back. So I and you cannot decide. So I say you have to take risk in life, but it has to be calculated risk. In my life, I've never seen a person who has succeeded financially by not taking risk. In fact, let me give Rudra's experience and my statement. Not taking risk is the biggest risk of life. I repeat again, not taking risk is the biggest risk of life. But the point here is you have to take calculated risk. Or if I have to make the statement much better and clear, not taking calculated risk is the biggest risk of life. So what is calculated risk? See, it is easy. I can come here and talk, okay, you have to know systematic risk, unsystematic risk, beta, alpha, all that stuff. Yes, all that is great when I wrote even my CA examination and all, but for making money, I know none of these things. Practically, if I have to put in money, and if I'm saying in CA exam it is not required, you imagine other courses. So that means I said the gap what we have today is how it gets bridged through programs like what you have today, and that is where I say you have to take calculated risk. And what is calculated risk? Very simple. The risk what I can bear, that is calculated risk. Now, very simple. I just can jump from 3 feet, let us say 3 feet height I can jump. So does it mean everyone can jump from 3 feet height? No. Someone who is old 80 years, now for him even 1 feet height might be difficult to jump, and so for someone else even a 5 feet jump may not be difficult, which might be something riskier to me. So one has to understand this is subjective, and in life you have to take calculated risk. And let me make a great statement which was told by George Soros. He says it is not important how many times you are right or wrong in market, because if you are right every time in market, then you can either be God or you have to be a liar. I am neither God, I am neither liar. So you have to be wrong in market. If you are right every time, you are either lying or you are God. And I don't believe human beings can become God. Human beings can only become better human beings. So I'm only trying to tell, I don't want to be right every time in market. This is the mindset with which first I make my investment. But I also know my position sizing is so important. Even if everything goes wrong, I will not become bankrupt. And let me share my experience. When I was talking to Rakesh Junjunwala, I asked them, Rakesh ji, tell me, you have survived the market for such a long time. You have seen all the ups and downs. And what is still the secret sauce for you being so successful in market? He said, Rudra, I am not God's gift to mankind. Look at his statement. He says, I am not God's gift to mankind. Even I go wrong in market, but I know when to get out. And I know how much to bet and how much not to bet. And what people do, they don't bet based on how much they should do or what is their stuff. They do it based on kitna kar sakta hai, pura le leta hai, because they want to become rich tomorrow morning. They want to beat Mukesh Ambani tomorrow morning, Rakesh Junjunwala today night, and people want that kind of fast wealth. They all die poor. And I always say, you have to manage your risk to make money. And I say, take care of your losses. Profit will take care of itself automatically. You don't have to take care of profits. You have to only take care of your losses. And if someone says, I have never made loss in stock market, then I say you are lying. But what is important here is, you can't be right on every trade or an investment decision you make. But you can surely make money overall. If I make 10 bets, I don't want to be right on all the 10 bets, but I want to make money overall. That is, after your winning bets, losing bets, everything, overall you should have made money. That is what I want. But if you have the mindset of not at all losing and you fight market, gone. I always say again, Rudra's experience, 19 years in market, and lot of learning. Market has taught me more than anyone in this life. And I always say, never fight your wife or market. They are always right. You have to adjust with them. You should not fight with them. So never fight the market. Never fight your wife nor market. They are always right. Adjust with them. And let me tell you, if you want to make money overall in market, it is possible. So now my mindset is so clear. When I put my investment bet, I know I can go wrong. So as Rakesh told, I am not God's gift to mankind. I make more mistakes than others, but I take my position size in such a way that even if I go wrong, nothing will happen to me. I still survive another day. And let me give you another easy way of understanding this. It is very important to be in the game to win the game. I repeat again, it is very important to be in the game to win the game. Let me give you a simple analogy, simplest analogy. I bought a stock called Fridun Pharma. Even today, if you go and search, I have holding of more than 1% in this company. And Fridun Pharma, again, let me make a quick disclaimer that yes, whatever I talk with examples of stock, I might have direct or indirect interest on them. So do consult your financial expert before you take decision on the same. And do not take any of my advices blindly. Use your experience, expertise, and your common sense, because the context in which I am talking and the way you are getting it may not be same. And again, getting back, so yesterday, when I was there with the Fridun promoter, and I was just talking to him about his experience, his entrepreneurial journey, everything. And Fridun told so beautifully. He said, Rudra, 90% of anyone's success in business, he said, it is only luck. I said, what is this? 90% luck. It should be 10% luck and 90% hard work. He said, no, Rudra, 90% is luck. And he said 10% is consistent hard work. He never told hard work. He said consistent hard work. I know people now after today's session, Rudra bol diya, full motivation. We are that, this, everything they'll do. Tomorrow morning or Monday morning, so they will come. And you are back to the same place where you were before the program. This is because our environment is always more stronger than our willpower. So if you are amongst 10 idiots, however strong your willpower is, the 10 idiots over a period of time will ensure you will be an average of them. So I always say, if people call me and if I want, Anuj sir says, Rudra, I want you to be here, I respect him. And for Anuj sir, I come here and then speak. That's it. It is not because of money, position, or someone has post and they call me. I always say Rudra is not a commodity to buy for money. You cannot. I have seen money in life. So it's something which does not give me today kick. And let me tell you what is important. Look at the statement of Fridun. He said 90% is luck. I asked, can you explain? So beautifully he said, Rudra, 90% is luck because you have to survive first. He says 90% success in any field, whether it is stock market, whether it is your business, whether it is practice, whether it is employment, whatever. He says 90% is luck. I asked for what? He said, the first thing you have to keep in mind is survival. And he says, if you survive all the bad times, when the good time comes, you are there to make money. But for few people, good time come within 1 month. For few people, 1 year. For few people, 1 decade. For few people, 1 janma. For few people, I don't know, after 5 janmas. But the point is, can you survive the bad times? That's the first point. You know why am I talking this? You have to survive in bad market. Whenever markets are falling, can you still survive? Can you still be in the game to win the game? If you are out of the game, where is the question of winning the game? And this applies to all field. And he told me, Rudra, survival. If you survive the bad time, for me, I'm a bit lucky. Good time came early. For few of them, they may not be lucky. Good time might come later. But the point is, who begins the race is not important. Who ends the race is important. So some of you might start later. So what? So for me, na, today the race can begin to you in life. And I'm not a motivational speaker. If someone thinks Rudra is a motivational speaker, I say no. If someone has to motivate you and then you will make money, then you will achieve success, no, that is wrong. You have to be your own motivator. I say always, don't do things with pressure. You have to do things with passion. For me, practicing CA is pressure. So I never practiced it from first day of my life. For me, going for employment was pressure. I never went for employment, even being a chartered accountant, never. For me, market was passion. For me, market was kick. So I love market, so I am there. So as simple as this. So anything you do in life, it should be not pressure but passion. Today, talking here for an hour's time, 2 hours time, 5 hours time, for me it is not pressure, it is passion. For Anuj sir, organizing these type of sessions, for him it is not pressure, it is passion. For someone here, practice might be the passion. For someone else, for Tendulkar, the money what he has made through cricket, now for him he does not have to sit today for Mumbai Indian as a co-staff, coach, whatever you might call. For him it is passion. So this is where people have to understand making money is just the result. It should not be pressure, it should be passion. Result is just that money which comes. Now getting back, survive the tough times. Good times will come to everyone. But are you still surviving at that good time is the big question, which is so important, especially for market. And this is an experience which I got yesterday, and I'm sharing that with you. Okay, getting back fast. Now we learned about passive income, and I told it very simple. The income what you can earn by doing nothing is passive income. And be very clear, this is not working income. I know some people who earn even 10 lakhs per month, 50 lakh per month. But if you don't work, you don't get that income at all. So for me, I'm not counting working income. I'm only counting passive income. Some examples are rent, interest, dividend, royalty, all that. Now, let me tell you, I'm sure you know this story of the golden goose. So if you want to earn passive income, please understand very clearly, please understand. Now you all heard, I have a property, I get a commercial rent of about 8.5 lakh per month. But if I sell that property today, will I get my rent from next month is my question. What's the answer? Definitely no. I have a bank FD and I get interest. If I liquidate my bank FD, do I get my interest month on month? Definitely no. And what am I trying to tell you guys? Very simple. If you want passive income, first you have to work and create those assets which gives you the passive income. Today I am getting passive income because earlier I worked for it. Freedom is not free. And let me tell you, or else your father, grandfather, your father-in-law, they should have worked and they should have given all the assets to you, and you are lucky and you are enjoying. Many a times I tell this, now I've seen many people who work like donkeys and they earn money, but they don't enjoy money. And I know some people who earn and enjoy, but I know most of the people who earn but don't enjoy, or I've even seen the other way around. I know people who don't earn but only enjoy. So I'm a person who always says, yes, earn, enjoy, and even let your family enjoy. But it should be a point where you should understand in life we should have no regrets. Number one, for me, if I think I'm doing the most toughest job in my family and I am the bread earner, I am earning, so all others are enjoying. Let me tell you, the food what my mother prepares, the love what my wife gives, all that for me is more important than even the effort and work what I put in. Each of that work is also important. You can't say मैं सभी करता हूँ, वो क्या करता है, so they just cook, but I work hard, all that. Everything is a specialized field for me, and I'm only trying to tell, this is where the moment you leave regrets in life and where passion succeeds over all your pressure, the result is matter of time. For few of them it comes early, but for few of them it might come late, but it is sure to come. So this is where I say you have to create multiple sources of passive income. Make note of this sentence. So when you create multiple sources of passive income, that is when you keep enjoying your financial freedom. And I say, if your monthly expenditure. For example, I'll ask you guys, tell me what is your monthly expenditure. Some of you might say, sir, 50,000. Some of you might say 1 lakh. So this is where if I had an interaction, I would have made it more lively. And people say online cannot be made lively. No, for me, even online can be made lively. There is a science even there. But anyhow, this is a one-way talk, and that's the technology challenge what we have. But still, I'm telling you, tell me what is your monthly expenditure. If you can make note, it can be 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 50,000, whatever. If you can earn that entire monthly expenditure of yours through only passive income, not working income, not total income, only your passive income should be greater than your monthly expenditure, then I say you are financially free. And today, because we have even taxes, inflation, all that, I say you do 2 times your monthly expenditure through passive income, then I say you are financially free. It is very important to know even what is financial freedom. Everyone wants financial freedom, but we don't even know what is financial freedom. And I tell this because if you want to go somewhere, even the Google map asks you for the place. If I don't type any place in Google map and ask Google map, please show me the route, what route will it show? So I should know what is financial freedom. Then it is easy to achieve financial freedom. So you have to first write down what is your monthly expenditure. At least 2 times of that you have to earn through passive income sources, not through working income. And the golden rule, never cut your golden goose. That means the asset what you have created which generates that passive income, you should never sell. Never sell. I will never sell my commercial property, whether you pay me 100 crore, 1000 crore, because the moment I sell it, the rental income stops to me. The moment I withdraw my FD from the bank, the interest stops to me. So ensure these assets what you create through your working, and they give back to you passive income sources month on month, month on month, month on month, and you do nothing, do just kana pina sona. Your monthly expenditure and your lifestyle is taken care by 2 times your passive income source. Even if my working income is 0, me doing nothing, I get my financial freedom. So this is where the learning is so simple. Create multiple sources of passive income and do not cut the golden goose. That means don't sell the asset which is creating the passive income sources to you. And I say always you have to build your wealth over a period of time. Give time for time. And very important is you have to first work, create assets which gives you that passive income. So if someone asks how to create passive income doing nothing, you cannot create passive income doing nothing. Only way to do it is your father, grandfather, or father-in-law, or someone should have created those assets and given to you. If not, you have to earn that. So you have to work to create passive. Okay, so let us just go further. We now know what is passive income. We'll just try to get few more points. What is financial freedom? You know, I just told you now. If you are earning through passive income exceeds your monthly expenditure, and if you want to account for taxes and inflation, I say keep 2 times of it, and you are working only if you want to. If not, no. Now people ask, what is a get rich quick adventure scheme in stock market? And this is a beautiful example. I say this, on your left you can see this person called Simons, and on your right you see Warren Buffett. Now listen carefully, very carefully. Simons, his ROI, return on investment, is 63% per annum. That is the return on investment of Simons, who is there on your left. And if you see Warren Buffett on your right, his ROI is just 22% per annum. So let me repeat the number: 63% return on investment per annum by Simons, and Buffett only 22% per annum. So very clear, who is better, Simons or Buffett? So let me only answer, because this is more a one-sided talk. So this is the technology support what I have. But then yes, everyone says Simons is better because he is making 63% ROI. But let me tell you, even though Simons is making 63% ROI, his net worth today is only $23 billion. $23 billion. Whereas Warren Buffett's net worth as of today is over $85 billion. Now people ask why? Why even Simons making 60% has less than 1/4 of the net worth of Warren Buffett? Where is 23 billion and where is 85 billion? Answer is very simple. Buffett started when he was 12-year-old and now he is 91-year-old and still he is running. Whereas Simon started only post 50 and Simon's right now is somewhere around 72. So Buffett, his runway is very, very long. 12 years to 91. Look at the runway what Buffett has. Whereas Simon's his runway is too small, 50 years to 71 or 72. So I'm only difference in net worth. It is the time spent which makes the difference. But if you can get higher ROI and you can spend more time, nothing better than that as a combination. Now you all know why people say health is wealth. We don't say wealth is health. We say health is wealth because if you want to create massive wealth, it requires time. And if you die early, you can't beat Warren Buffett's net worth because he started early and still he has not ended. He's still going on. It is like our advertisement where that Sardarji says, the small boy, he says to his Papa, Papa kya karna, petrol katmi nahi hunda. So he says it is going on, going on, going on like that. So it is very important for you to continue for a long period of time so that compounding effect will work and you will create massive wealth. So you are so clear now with this real case example that even if Simons is making 63% ROI per annum, Buffett doing only 22%, he is 4 times more richer than Simons because even though his ROI is not even 1/4 of what or 1/3 of what Simons is doing, it's because the runway of Warren Buffett, he started at 12 years and even at 91 he is there, but the runway of Simons is more smaller. Okay, this is where I now talk about power of compounding. I'm sure you know this bamboo tree picture which is there on your screen. The story is too simple. A bamboo tree takes 5 years to just give a small sprout outside the land surface. But once the sprout comes out, it just takes for the bamboo tree 5 months, just 5 months to grow 50 feet tall. I'm repeating it again. For first 5 years, the bamboo tree cannot even give a small sprout out of the surface of land. But in next 5 months, it will grow 50 feet tall. That means the growth of a bamboo tree is not proportionate. So people think if this is time and this is wealth, so money will be made like this proportionately. No, this is not the way money is made. Let me show you how money is made. Even Warren Buffett, for first 55 years of his life, he had earned only 5% of his total net worth. And post 55, he earned the balance 95% of his wealth. That is from 55 to 91. So it is not like every year he kept on earning proportionately money. In fact, for the first 55 years, he had earned less than 5% of his wealth. The rest 95% came just in a span of 55 to 91. So it is very tough to make your first 10 crore, or it is very tough to make might be your first 1 crore. And I took 31 years of my life to make the first 1 crore. But does it mean I'll take 62 years of my life to make 2 crores? Definitely no. So there is this compounding effect, and once you reach a particular size, then the growth becomes very exponential. I even call it as hockey stick kind of a growth. It is not the proportionate growth. So what people see, they see, okay, bamboo tree in 5 years, 5 months will grow 55 feet tall, but it does not grow proportionately. First 5 years, there is no growth at all. In fact, the real growth was bamboo tree was growing inside. It was making its roots stronger. And later on, just in 5 months, it grew 55 feet tall. So money is also made this way. So one has to give time for compounding to kick in. And let me give you the secret, which is too simple. So if you want to make 100 crore in one's lifetime, the rule is very simple. You have to understand power of compounding. And this is the best statement I can ever tell you on compounding, told by Einstein. And he said, compounding is the 8th wonder of world. One who understands, he earns it, and one who does not, he pays for it. And let me tell you how one can earn at least 100 crore in lifetime. Very simple mathematics of 10 lakhs. So 10 lakh is your initial investment. You have to earn 26% return on investment per annum. You don't need 63% like Simon's, 26% per annum, 10 lakh initial investment. And if you give 30 years of time, your 10 lakh will come out as 100 crore output. So I repeat again, 10 lakhs. If you put as initial investment, 26% return per annum, after 30 years gives you 100 crore. So that means the rule is too simple. You have to ensure you will increase your ROI. And if this is not possible, I know some of you will say, how to earn 26% per annum? That is too much. No problem. Instead of 30 years, give 45 years time. So you have to either increase your time or ROI. But if you can do both, nothing better than that. And if you can earn more, save less, I call it as the postponed gratification. I will say this 10 lakh, instead of 10 lakh, you're able to put 1 crore initial investment. The output instead of 100 crore will become 1000 crore. So the rules are very simple. You have to ensure you will earn more, spend less so that you save more. That is your initial investment becomes more, and again frequently you keep investing. The next part is ensure your ROI is at least 26% per annum. If not, even if it is smaller, ensure your time period what you give is more. But I'm saying the simple mathematics, and I keep telling this again and again. 10 lakhs, 26% per annum ROI, 63% not required like Simon's, and 30 years of your life if you give. Why 30 years? Because I feel working life for a person is 30 years. Enough, you have to retire early. You can't work for lifetime. But then even if you do it, see Buffett now, he is doing it from 12 years and even at 91 he is still doing. That's the reason why he has created massive wealth. It is individual call whether you want to stop where. And today for me, the kick is not the money what I make from market. The kick is to ensure others make money. And that is my passion. And that drives me today to again and again give my experience and expertise here. And I want to share what I never got. Even when I did my CA course, I never got when I did my 5 master degree. I never got this in all my education. And this is where I say today, alternative education is the key for a person's growth and success. And if we can give this to people at a very young age, might be to your son, grandson, daughter, granddaughter, the whole family will be more happy. And this is where I say creating wealth is always a clear science, and it's a simple science. There is no rocket formula involved. There is no trigonometry involved. Whenever trigonometry calculus comes, I go off. I never studied both of them, understood both of them, and but still cleared CA. Okay, any which way, this is a simple science, no trigonometry calculus involved. Ensure you have more for investment, ensure you have a higher ROI, ensure you have higher time. If not all the three, you can raise your time if your ROI is smaller, or raise your ROI if you want to bring your time smaller, and work on different permutation and combination of these three. But a minimum 10 lakh initial investment, 26% ROI, and 30-year time period gives you 100 crore as output. Now let me further go on and tell you on right investing. Very simple. I say these are 5 golden rules of right investing. Invest early, like Buffett started at 12, so that is the reason why he has the edge. Invest regularly, very important. In fact, many a times some people come to me and say, sir, market is now very volatile, sir, very volatile, sir. Upar niche, bahut jata hai, sir. And I tell these people, I'm sure market is not volatile, and I tell them you are more volatile than market. So market is less volatile compared to these people who jump up and down, up and down, up and down. So people have to invest regularly so that volatility is averaged. That is the benefit what you get when you invest regularly, and invest for long term. See, you can do trading and create some money, make some profits, but wealth is always created over a long period of time. And I always say I trade to create capital for my investment. But big money, big wealth is made through long-term investing. But do I trade? Definitely yes. And in fact, people asked this beautiful question to Rakesh in a common forum where he was a speaker, and they asked, like, Rakesh, many people say you should not do trading. Trading is like satta, and trading is bad. You have to do only long-term investing, all that. So Rakesh ji पूरा mood में था, and he told, मेरा पापा बोलता है विस्की नहीं पीना है, वो daily पीता है. And many advisors now who say trading is satta, all that, na, they do the highest satta. So I'm only trying to say, I'm not, I don't drink whiskey is not what I wanted to tell you. I just told what Rakesh told, but I want to tell you should know where the line of control is, especially if you are a trader. And if trading does not suit you, don't do it. Everyone can't be a great T20 player, but hardly you have few people like Sachin or Virat Kohli or few great batsmen who will play the great game of cricket in all the three dimensions. Whether it is test match, they're good, T20, they're good, 50-over match, they're good, they know how to adjust. So you don't have to be a person who can play all the three formats great. Even if you can play one of those formats great, there is hell lot of money to be made, and you have to know that it is easy, but you have to follow those easy secrets which I'm sharing with you, and invest on yourself. This is very important. Today you're putting your time, and time is also an investment. So you're investing on yourself today, on your learning. And Buffett says it. He says investing on yourself gives the highest ROI compared to any other investment. And I believe you have to invest in power of association. What Rudra is today is only because of my association with people around me. Imagine 5 people with whom you spend highest time. Jim Rohn says this. He says you are an average of 5 people with whom you spend most time with. So imagine you are spending your highest time with 5 people who are like Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, Mukesh Ambani, Adani, Narayan Murthy, Rudra Murthy, Anuj Goyal. So if you are spending your time with these people, so you will be average of them. So this is where I say power of association matters a lot for your growth. And right investing is all about investing early, investing regularly, investing for long term, investing on yourself where you keep sharpening your skills and acts, and you have to even invest on power of association. Then, so I said this investment strategy is too easy, and Buffett says it beautifully. He says, be greedy when others are fearful, and be fearful when others are greedy. When market tumbled because of COVID, uncertainty was there everywhere, and there was blood in street. This is where you have to be greedy when others are fearful. Other way around, if everyone wants to put money in market, people are borrowing loan and putting money in market, and that's the time where market will peak. So be greedy when others are fearful, and be fearful when others are greedy. Now, his guru Benjamin Graham told this. He said, intelligent investor is a realistic person who sells to an optimist and he buys from a pessimist. If someone is desperate to buy, you have to sell it to him. And if someone is desperate to sell, you have to buy it from him. Very simple. Okay, I always say this with my experience, you have to buy quality over quantity. I repeat again, you have to buy quality over quantity, but at reasonable price and during crisis. You know, it is only during crisis quality will be available at reasonable price. If there is no crisis, then quality will not be available at reasonable price. And if you don't buy any asset at reasonable price, then your margin of safety becomes lower, thereby even your profitability becomes lower. So always you have to wait for this type of crisis where quality will be available at reasonable price. I can give you the example and with a great analogy. When the news came, there is lead in Maggie, and Maggie went through some tests and all. Maggie was banned, blah, 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 blah. I knew company like Nestle will definitely make a strong comeback. I know the team, and they are not idiots managing such a big company, all that. So when the news of Maggie came and Nestle tanked, that is the time quality you have to pick up at reasonable price. And later what happened from there was a history. And like this, I can give n number of examples. So you have to buy when you have crisis, and that is when quality is available at reasonable price. You can't buy quality at any price. You have to buy quality at reasonable price. Because if you buy quality at any price, then there is no margin of safety. And let me tell you this BAP versus GARPA. BAP is nothing but buy at any price. I don't advocate BAP. You should not do this mistake of buy at any price. You have to always follow this rule of GARPA, that is growth at reasonable price. So always buy growing companies, but you have to buy it at reasonable price. It is not buy at any price. Very, very important. And I always say market is a future looking animal. What is this future looking animal? Many a times people say, sir, economics are very good. The GST collection is at the peak. But why market is falling, sir? Other way around, I've seen people asking me, sir, economy is very bad, sir. Why market is going up, sir? So I'm sure many of you find this question. Economy is bad, markets are going up. Economy is good, but markets are coming down. Why? Simple. Today's economics do not decide today's market. Market is always a future looking animal. So today's market is nothing but expectation of tomorrow, how the economy will be or may be. So we are only discounting the future expectation as of today. So I will show you again another simple analogy and example. There are so many companies making losses. Their bottom line is negative. But simple, why these stocks are still trading in market? You take, I can name so many companies. Zomato trading at some price, company making loss. So company making loss should trade at zero or negative price. Why is it trading at some price? Because people believe in future the company will turn profitable. So today's price is not reflecting today's financial. It is the expected financial of future, based on which market is talking today's price of a particular stock. So in fact, I always say market is a future looking animal. Don't look at today's economics and say that economy and market are two different things. And I'll show you many profit making great companies, share prices are falling down. Why? Today, company has great growth. But in future, if that growth rate is expected to come down, share price will come down because I'm discounting future. Always remember, market is a future looking animal. Very, very important lesson. And let me further go and then talk to you on few more aspects of market. This is show off versus wealthy. I always tell people, just don't see a person's Benz car, Jaguar, suit and tie, Ray-Ban glass or Gucci, Armani, all that, and decide he is very rich. In fact, these are all called show-off people. Wealthy people hardly they exhibit, and you have to understand the difference. In fact, I always say, don't see whether a person comes in Jaguar car or wearing this one Peter England blazer. You have to see his demat balance. You have to see even because Jaguar car you can buy in EMI, right? You can take loan also. Now Vijay Mallya also, if you see, he looks very, very rich for people who don't understand the difference between show off and wealthy. So this is another thing which I normally give people an analogy to understand, that don't think people who are not having this show off, they are poor. In fact, I know so many people who don't do any show off, but they are killingly wealthy. And let me further proceed. I always say all show off people may not be rich, but all wealthy people may not even show off. So getting rich is different, staying wealthy is different. I clearly told you this point of just not making money. You have to even hold the money what you have made. Very important. So that requires a different skill set. In fact, I can answer this beautifully. There are many ways to make money. I repeat, there are many ways to make money, but there is only one way to hold the money made. There is only one way to hold the money made. Be humble. So the secret is so easy. So why Radhakishan Damani, why Adani, why Mukesh Ambani, all these people, they are known for their simplicity. They have ears to listen. They have ears to listen. And in fact, I know a lot of people working around Mukesh Ambani more smarter than Mukesh Ambani. And similarly with Radhakishan Damani, similarly with Adani. But why still Adani is rich and not the people working around him who should have surpassed Adani or Ambani, or they should have surpassed these wealthy, rich people? The reason is simple. Adani knows how to manage these intelligent people around him. That is the secret. Radhakishan Damani knows how to manage those people around him who are so brilliant. That is where these people outsmart all the other smart people, because they know how to manage the smart people and hold them around them, and they are so wealthy. So if you are the most intelligent person in the group, now you can't grow. You have to have other people around you who are more intelligent than you. That is where your growth becomes faster, exponential. And I say again, I'm repeating this, there are many ways to make money, but there is only one way to hold the money made. Be humble, be simple, and have open ears to listen, learn. Don't think you know everything, and then that's the place from where I have seen many rich people even falling down. So see, Narayan Murthy, he is rich and he has stayed wealthy. And other side, you have seen person who is rich but who has not stayed wealthy. Rich versus staying wealthy. Yes, getting rich requires taking calculated risks. Staying wealthy requires two attributes. One is humility, another one is frugality. So miser and frugal are two different persons. Frugal means he sees value when he spends money. Miser means he does not spend money. So you have to be a frugal person, not a miser. And this is where getting rich and staying wealthy are two different aspects. And I always say there are many ways to become rich. Only one way to stay rich, that is be humble. And can you make money in trading? People ask me. I have a big performance record. Returns like 70%, ROI 60%, 80%, 62%, 133%, all this. So if you want to make money through short and effective trading system, along with this, risk management is everything. You have to give chance to go wrong for yourself, manage your position size well, keep learning. That is how you have experience and expertise built with you. And you have to have the calculated risk taking ability, and you have to load the truck when you are confident of hitting the sixer. I always say, when there is no ball, free hit, full toss. I repeat, when there is no ball, free hit, full toss, you have to go for a sixer. If you don't try a sixer on a no ball, free hit, full toss, all the three put together you have got, then when will you try for a sixer? Because on a no ball, free hit, full toss, you can't get out. So that is when you should not play for a single when you get a no ball, free hit and a full toss. So you have to load your truck when you have good risk reward bets to put your money. And this is how one can make money through short term trading. But do understand, investing and short term trading are two different things. Okay, then further, this is the story of the most intelligent person in this world, called Sir Isaac Newton. So the most intelligent person ever born in the history of mankind. And let me tell you the story of Isaac Newton. In 17th century, that is in 1720, he owned a share of a company called the South Sea Company, and this was a trader favorite share in England. So sensing market will go up and down, and he felt markets are somewhere close to peak. So he sold all the South Sea Company share what he was owning, and he made 100% profit. And in 1720s, he pocketed money of 7,000 pound, and this was not a small amount that time. And Sir Isaac Newton, the most intelligent person in this world, also made killing money in market, but he could not retain it. See what happened next to him. So just few months later, swept in the wild enthusiasm of market, he was buying, selling, buying. Finally, he lost 20,000 pounds in all. and this is the loss he made. He gained only 7,000 pounds is the money he made out of South Sea, but he lost more than what he made, and he lost 20,000 pounds in all. And for the rest of his life, he forbade anyone even talking the word South Sea in his presence. So you would have killed that person literally if you even utter the word South Sea in presence of Sir Isaac Newton. That is what his experience was in market. After losing 20,000 pounds of money, he lost all his profits and he lost all his savings made in his lifetime. And finally, Isaac Newton told, I could calculate the motions of heavenly body, but not the madness of people in stock market. And he was not an exception to this. And this is where I say it is just not enough if you haven't or IQ. Along with IQ, you should have the right EQ also. That is emotional quotient. IQ, EQ, both are important. Isaac Newton had a great IQ, intelligent quotient was great, but EQ was missing, and he could not control his emotion, and he suffered such a huge loss in market. So I made also an analysis of this entire picture, and Benjamin Graham is guru of Warren Buffett. Benjamin Graham, he told, by letting the crowd override his own judgment, the world's most intelligent person, that is Sir Isaac Newton, he acted like a fool. And I write this, Sir Isaac Newton was just an intelligent person, but he was far away from being an intelligent investor or a trader. By letting his emotional imbalance overrule his own intelligence, he failed miserably in stock market. And this is another great story of getting rich quick versus becoming wealthy for sure. And this is a story of Rick Gureen. In fact, I took so much of time, effort just to get the photo of Rick Gureen, who is there on your left hand side. And he was one among the partners of Warren Buffett. So Buffett, Charlie Munger, and Rick Gureen on your left hand side, all these three people were together. And let us see what happened to Rick Gureen and his story. In fact, Buffett says this, he says, Charlie and I, that is Charlie and Warren Buffett, always knew that they would become incredibly wealthy. They were sure they will become incredibly wealthy, but they were not in a hurry to get wealthy, and we knew it will happen, but they were not sure when it will happen. They were sure they will become rich, that is both Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger, but they were not sure when will it happen, but they were sure that they will become wealthy. But Rick, who was there in the group of Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger, Rick was very smart, but he was in a hurry to make money. So the only difference between Rick Gureen and Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett is Rick was very smart, but he was in a hurry to make money. See what happened to Rick later. In 1973-74, when market saw downturn in US, Rick was highly leveraged. Margin calls came, and stock market in 73-74 was down 70%. If someone is even leveraged for 2 times, and if market falls 70%, you will lose 140%. So that means you lost all your capital and came to minus 40% because you were leveraged for 2 times. I know people who are leveraged for 10 times, 20 times and all, and you imagine for them even a small move will take them out of the market if it goes against. And what happened to Rick Gureen when these margin calls came in these 2 years, that is 73-74, he sold all the shares of Berkshire Hathaway to Warren Buffett because he could not resist and he could not hold on to his position because he was leveraged, and market fell 70% in that 73-74. And later on, Buffett bought all the shares of Rick in Berkshire Hathaway at $40 a piece. Now, without counting for even dividend, today's price I have written, latest update. Today's price of Berkshire Hathaway is just one share is worth $4,79,500. This you have to multiply by 77, and that is the value in Indian rupee for one share of Berkshire Hathaway. and Buffett holds so much of Berkshire Hathaway share. It's his own investment company, and Rick Green was forced to sell his shares to Berkshire Hathaway shares to Warren Buffett, and he sold at $40 a piece, which is worth today $4,79,500. And this is a return of whopping 11,98,750% return. I repeat, this is a return of 11,98,750% return, and this is the return without counting for dividend. This is only capital appreciation. Yes, this is how one has to make money through long term, and you have to give time, and that is how wealth is always built. So I say Rick was more intelligent and he was more shrewd than even Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger. But Rick never became wealthy because he wanted to become rich quickly. And that is the only reason why Rick Green did not become rich. So now you understand, I started this presentation with my first statement. If you want to become rich, you have to give time for time. I said most of the people don't become rich because they want to become rich fast. No one wants to become rich slowly. And now you know the story of Rick. I'm sure you even enjoyed the story of Isaac Newton, who had the intelligence required, but he could not control his emotion. IQ was there, EQ was missing. And now you know, I said this, the illiterates of 21st century will not be the ones who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. I'm sure if you are here, that is only because you are ready to learn, you are ready to unlearn, and you are ready to relearn. And thanks for this wonderful opportunity which each one of you have given me to share my very small experience and expertise on market. I'm sure when I started this session somewhere by about, I think 7:20 is when I got the time to speak. Now it is about 8:48. So I should have spoken about 90 minutes non-stop, and my experience and expertise I've just shared with you. My mother told it right. She always says, never give a gun to a Naxalite. She says, never give a gun to a Naxalite and never give mic to Rudramurthy, because Rudramurthy will just enjoy with passion. He will share his small knowledge and experience and expertise with lovely people like you. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share my 19 years of experience in market. Thanks to COVID, because still we are sitting at our leisure place, at our comfort, and still hearing. And every crisis gives opportunity. And I always say, weak mind, they see the threat, whereas strong minds see the opportunity. And I always say, if you win it here, I repeat, if you win it here, you will win it everywhere. But if you lose it here, you will lose it everywhere. And I always say, to become rich, with my experience of markets and having gone through life and seeing money, I say the first attribute required is you have to have a rich mindset. It is not after I become rich, I will have a rich person's mindset. You have to first have the rich person's mindset to become rich. And I've just shared my heart out, and I've just given my experiences, expertise, whatever I have in market. I've tried making it as simple as possible. And thanks for this wonderful opportunity. All credit for this session, whatever I've given, is for each one of you who are here. And special thanks to Anuj Goyal sir, for whom I've come here. And special thanks to the entire Jodhpur ICAI group and the team who has given me this opportunity. And any debit by chance, if something is wrong and if I've hurt any person's way of thinking and perception, my apologize. And it is just by ignorance I would have done it. And it is always, I say, be open to accept the other person's perception, and I am ready to accept your perception too, and I have the ears to listen to you. And it is all end the grace of God, and it is his blessings through which I am here to just share my small knowledge to such a wonderful, deserving crowd. And it is my privilege, honor, and it is my true love to address you people. Thank you so much. And I will open this for Q&A. And just a point before we start the question answer session, I am a chartered accountant, but I don't practice, nor I have interest in CA as a, I don't want to work in any company as a chartered accountant, but I'm telling you this because don't ask me questions relating to income tax, questions relating to can a CA practice, do trading, can he do derivatives, can he do F&O, how is it taxed, section 73, 74, is it 43 speculative, non-speculative? No, I will only tell you because I am a person who speak, I don't know everything in this world. I come from investment background being a chartered accountant. So I'm sure either Anuj sir or in fact one of the sessions even Girish sir was there where Anuj sir had even got the Bhishma Pita of income tax we say. Na? So Girish Ahuja sir was there who took questions on taxation in one of the forums where I shared the dayas with Girish Ahuja sir, and he even enjoyed listening to Rudra. But more than that, I enjoyed listening to Girish Ahuja sir. And these are wonderful opportunity what I have to share my passion and to make sense to your time. And any questions regarding market, investment, trading, put that to me. Anything to do with taxation, anything to do with code of conduct, professional code of conduct, all that part, keep it to Anuj sir who can answer to you. And I will open the dais for Q&A. And if I don't know any answer for your question, I'll be open to tell that I don't know. And I'll just end the whole talk with one last story. And then we can have the Q&A. So there will be a professor and he had a talk to give at Harvard University, and he would have given at least 200 talks on that particular topic, and he was about to go for the next talk, and he was just there addressing a big gathering, and he was just driving, there was a driver and he was sitting back in his car and he was feeling very down and he was not looking well. So the driver asked the boss, why, what happened sir, why are you looking very dull today, are you not keeping well, or are you tired, or what happened? So the professor says, no, I've got too tired today, and so I'm not so well today, so I'm just thinking how to give the speech. So many people are waiting and I cannot say no, and they're all there waiting for hearing to my speech, but I'm somehow not comfortable today, physically and mentally both. So the driver says, sir, don't worry sir, tomorrow speech mein deta hai. So this person, the professor gets shocked. What is this? My driver can give my speech. So this fellow says, sir, ha, main kar deta. So don't worry sir, I will give your speech and talk. So the professor asks him again for the last time, are you sure? Are you confident? So driver says, sir, kitna baar suna hai? Same thing you will keep talking again. Don't worry sir, I will repeat. Whatever you have told, I have fully memorized, I will repeat. So the driver wants to now take the stage, and what happens is they interchange their dress. So the driver now wears the blazer, tie, everything, and then the professor wears the driver's dress and white cap and all that stuff. And then the session starts, and people could hardly recognize the professor anyhow. So any which way, he gives a fabulous talk. 2-hour super session delivered. Everyone gives a standing ovation. Everyone stands up and gives a clap to the driver who spoke like the professor. Even the professor at the end will give a standing ovation. That's how he manages the entire big crowd. But after all that, he does one small mistake at the end. He asks, okay, thank you for this standing ovation. Do you have any questions? He will say. Professor says, yeah, you did such a great job till now. At the end, why did this fellow ask, do you have any questions? So then what happens? One fellow stands up for Q&A session and he says to the driver who is now acting to be the professor, he says, sir, nothing, sir. Normally, when demand exceeds supply, because of Philip Ferron White heteroscedasticity test, the heterogeneous variables will act indirectly and inversely in an exceptional situation where, in spite of demand being greater than supply, the prices act in an opposite direction to the normal law of demand and supply. So what is your take on it? This fellow did not get anything. Philip Ferron, Etros, catasticity, tester, and all that stuff. And so this fellow does not even show his ignorance. What is this? You are asking such a simple question. The question is so simple and it is so stupid. I feel I should not answer this question. Let my driver sitting in the last row answer your question, he says. So then the driver stands up and he will answer the question. Everyone will give clap. So the real challenge was not giving the 2-hour speech. The real challenge was handling the question. But I have told you already the joke. So I don't have a driver or the professor in the last row to answer. If I don't know for sure, I'm not a computer or I'm a human. So there are a lot of things which I don't know. I will only tell, I'll get back to you with an answer if I don't know. But I don't want to talk on areas which is not my expertise area. I might have some reading knowledge on it, but I would have not experienced it. So if you ask me on professional code of conduct, taxation, blah, blah, blah. So I don't practice, I don't have that experience. But investment side, trading side, stock market, that is a place where you can go on. And please take it with a pinch of salt. And I might have direct or indirect positions on them. You can ask about LIC IPO, you can ask about macro, you can ask about stock specific, whatever, and time exactly on dot. So I started at 7:20, 8:57, so about 1.5 hours I have spoken. So if questions can be moderated by someone here and you can ask me that, which will benefit each and every participant here in this session. And if it adds value to everyone, would appreciate someone to pick up those type of questions from the group here. And the entire panel has been so great moderating in terms of arranging the whole program. It's not easy to get people on Saturday, and it's not easy to organize it so professionally and so well. And real credit and thanks to each one of you there. I'm just the hero in the whole movie. Na Bahubali movie mein the hero will get all the credit, but real performers are the director like Rajmouli. We have the Anuj Goyal who is the Rajmouli here. Only the hero is Bahubali, okay? And I don't know, here we don't have Katappas, okay? Yeah, so I'm sure we have just got this entire session done with the effort of each and every person who is there here. And thanks for each and every participant for this great opportunity. Once again, Jai Shri Krishna, thank you so much. Questions?
Great round of applause for Rudra sir. Something really great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes,
Rudra
sir. Questions.
Yeah, thank you, Rudra sir, for your nice deliberation. I will not take much time. 2 minutes out of your deliberation, I would like to share with the participant. One quote
Please,
your
sir,
mother
please.
has given. Your mother has given one advice that don't give gun to next slide and don't give mic to Rudra. But sir, there is a big difference. If gun is given to next slide, then they can destroy the society. But if mic is given to Rudra, then he can create a new society or better society. So I think it's always good to give mic to our own fellow member, C. Rudramurti ji. And because a lot of questions should be there out of your deliberation, so I would not take much time to sum up your session because I am not that competent enough that I can sum up it within 10 minutes. So now I would request my chairman, the worthy chairman, who is a member of all the 3 institutes. I think he can better handle this position and he is in the able position to moderate the session. So Honorable Chairman, sir, you may please take lead and you may involve our branch managing committee members, those who wish to moderate this session. Lead may be taken by my chairman, C. Anuj Goyal.
Thank you, Dr. Amit Agrawalji. I think it was a wonderful session. So very quickly, we'll have some of the queries. Mukesh ji, you want to take first query? Mukesh Vyas?
Yes, sir.
You want to take first query?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It was an excellent session.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir. Question.
I personally really thankful to Mr. Rudramurti. I just wanted to ask one question. What should be the strategy in this market to invest?
Fabulous, sir. Sir, one thing I will tell you, only when market falls, you get margin of safety, you get quality at reasonable price, and you should have that guts which comes with experience to put money in a falling market. Normally क्या होता है, when markets are falling, people think it will further fall, it will further fall, it will further fall, and they'll never put their money. And people always buy when markets are moving up. That is a human tendency. We are not donkey or monkey, na? We are human beings. This will happen even to me. But I always say every day market has an opportunity either to buy or to sell. So even in this bad market, there are a lot of companies which are available at great valuation, and depends on your time frame, depends where you want to bet. And I always say success people measure through performance, but I'm a person who measures success over time. Because I'll give you a very simple analogy. I bought a stock called Fridun Pharma, which I mentioned, and this stock did not perform for 3 years. Whereas this stock went up 10 times in just last, I think, 10 months. So that means many stocks will perform later, which we don't know. And if I knew it would have gone up 10 times in 10 months, I would have sold house and I would have bought everything into that one particular stock. So we have to understand in any market, whether good or bad, you have opportunity. That is point number one. Point number two, you have to be greedy when others are fearful. You have to be fearful when others are greedy. Point number three, invest systematically. Point number four, you have to understand businesses well, and you are a part owner when you buy stocks. So you have to have that mindset when you invest in good stocks. And always, I know one of the questions will be, sir, can we know which sectors are good? Can we know which stocks are good? So finally, people have now heard me talking about the process of catching the fish. Now people want to know how to catch the fish, which is done, and people want to know, tell me some of the names if you can. Yes, I can name some of them which I'm tracking closely, all that. And I can go wrong any which way. So end of the day, it is just not, okay, today I give you some stocks, and tomorrow there is a change in my analogy of that particular business or a sector, or I might just go and sell it. So today I'm telling you to buy something, and tomorrow I may not be in touch with you and I might sell. So it may not add that value if I just give the names. But let me tell you, even in this bad market, the strategy should be one. If you are making systematic investment SIPs, keep doing it. Don't stop because markets are falling. Don't try to time the market as an investor. Try to stay more time in the market. I repeat again, as an investor, as a trader, it's a different ball game. So as an investor, don't try to time the market, but try to stay more time in the market as an investor. You don't have, Rakesh Junjunwala is not made because of 5,000, 6,000 stocks. He is only made because of 3 stocks in his lifetime: Titan, Crisil, Lupin. So if you can get the Titan, Crisil, Lupin of your life, might be for me it is Fridun Pharma. So one Fridun Pharma will change your whole life. I always tell people, you're only one dash away from your financial freedom, that one stock. But you know what people want from market? They want every day one Titan, one Crisil, and one Lupin, and they want to beat Rakesh tomorrow morning. Every day one Titan is not possible. Lifetime mein Titan is fine. We have to have the patience, stay in the game, And if you ask me specifically right now, yes, I see lot of value still there in market, but it is not like buy any stock and you will make money. That is not available. Might be the choice is very limited right now. Macro wise, right now, I'm still not happy. The biggest concern today for me personally, is inflation. And crude will not come down to $70 to $75 per barrel, which was all the estimate made even in our budget. If you see the budget now, we have made an estimate $20 to $75 per barrel as an average crude price throughout the year. But I don't see crude even coming below $90 per barrel as per my analysis, and it is 20-25% away from the average, even if it comes to $90 per barrel. And for me now, the interest rate hike has already begun. Both RBI locally and Fed internationally, they have started already the rate hike cycle, and easy monetary policy is already stopped. Liquidity is getting tightened. And many leading macro indicators are telling me this pain can go on for another 3 to 6 months. And keeping money in bank account is not easy. That is also one of the traits required. You have to be like the tiger who will wait for an opportunity before it pounces. You know, in stock market, people will see deers and they try eating all the deer, attacking all the 100 deers around, and finally they don't get even a single deer. But look at the tiger, even if it sees 100 deers around, it will try to catch only the weakest small deer which cannot run faster and long distance, and it will focus and catch only that. So we have to learn a lot in terms of that patience which will come over a period of time. And a few points which I told you: invest systematically, stay more time invested in market. And as a trader, I have a different approach. So I don't follow these rules when I trade market. I trade very extensively in F&O market. You ask me anything in terms of option strategy, option trading, buying side of option, selling side of option, hedging, derivative market, in and out I will talk. But that's a different ball game. So the way I play a T20 match and the way I play a test match are two different things altogether, even though they are cricket only. I'm sure with this great question I've covered so many more auxiliary questions to it. And this is my take with the market. No doubt, keep inflation aside, crude oil aside, even the PE expansion which happened in market right now, expecting earnings to go much, much bigger. Now there is earning a downgrade which is happening. So whenever earning downgrade comes or when earnings are not catching up as per expectation, definitely PE will start contracting. So we are now seeing a space or a time of PE contraction because earnings are below estimate and earnings are below what market thought it will come sometime back. And macroeconomic levels like as I told you, inflation, interest rate, crude oil, these are all not good. Tightening of liquidity right now happening around all that. So I feel 6 months to 9 months market will not be easy. I'll also tell you 2022 is the time when there is no wave covering you, and it will the wave is now off, so you only now know who is swimming naked. And this is the time where you have to survive. If someone says in 2022 I made a minus 10% return, I'm very happy because 2023 you will make plus 85% or plus 100%. But if you lose everything this year trying to outsmart things, you will not have money to bet next year. So being in the game sometimes is very important. That's the reason I told survival comes first. And you will be lucky. The good spot will come when you can hit the ball out of the ground. But till then you have to survive. So for me, 2022 will not be a replica of 21 or 2020. And many people, retail people who came to market in those times, thanks to COVID, because they had no work from home, was very easy for them to come to market. Everyone wanted to make money quickly, all that. And these people will see the pain. And once the froth gets cleaned, again, after a bull market, you will have a bear market. After a bear market, you will have a bull market. You have to buy the right companies, right businesses where you have the conviction, have margin of safety, and know what quantities are you buying. As a trader, manage risk and your position size well. As an investor, it is staying more time in the market with the right stocks. And for me, promoter is everything. 90% of any good mid cap, small cap investing is on the jockey. The horse is only 10%, business is only 10%, 90% is promoter. Because if you give a bad business to a good promoter, he will turn around. You give a good business to a bad promoter, he will make the bad business, he will make the good business bad. So I always say, what was the difference between Satyam and Infosys? Business wise, it was same. But one was in the hands of Narayan Murthy, another one was in the hands of Ramalinga Raju. So what's the difference between this program organized by Anuj Goyal and the team of Jodhpur Chartered Accountants with someone else doing? The difference is between Ramalinga Raju and Narayan Murthy. Simple answer. Thank you.
Sir, one more thing. Sir, one more thing. Can I ask one more thing?
Please, sir, ask 10 more questions provided Anuj sir gives the time.
Mukesh,
Yes, sir.
we'll take your questions later on.
Okay.
We are having some questions, some queries are there. Dhavalji, we'll take. Do you have any query right now?
Sir, I don't have, but in
Okay,
panel there is
right.
a query.
Right. Then we are having B.R. Sant Kumar from Bengaluru itself, the place of in spite of adverse comments on the LIC issue. Basically, there are a lot of queries about the LIC IPO, that whether we should go for LIC IPO or not. Rudra sir. And this fellow, this gentleman is from your place.
You have to go and put your. Oh, okay. Yeah, my take on LIC IPO is it's a clear subscribe. I see both listing gains possible for short term also, because valuation comfort is there at the price at which they have issued. And I see even for long term perspective also, it's a good issue to subscribe. Disclosure, I don't have any subscription into it, nor have applied for it. But my take or my view on it, both for short term and even for long term, it's a great IPO which you can definitely subscribe for.
Thank you.
Next question.
Then from
sir, are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
And Hemant Chugani ji from Jodhpur itself. I am an investor in mutual funds by SIP mode. Can you suggest any portfolio for long term in few stocks or sectors?
Okay, great question. In fact, a person who is investing in mutual fund, he wants to now make direct investment into market. So my advice to you will be, one, start with large cap. Don't directly jump into mid and small cap, number one. And number two, in large cap again, go with, if you ask me some names, for example, let us say telecom as a sector. I say it is an easy sector because you have only two players there. One is Reliance, which has even other businesses along with telecom, and you even Reliance Industry I'm referring to, and you even have Bharti Airtel there. So I still see a lot of value in these two stocks, even from current level. FMCG is another sector which always gives value because irrespective of what the macro is, still we have to eat every day, we have to brush our teeth, we have to put the soap on our body and use the shampoo on your hair. So FMCG is a sector again where people can focus on value comfort areas. You have still in stocks like ITC. I know many people were making a lot of fun on ITC, like buy ITC at 200, target 200, stop loss 200, and ITC never move for a long time. Like last 5 years, ITC has given zero return. But then after having tested the patience of all people, and many have already gone out of it, now will be the time where ITC might give a big move in next 1 or 2 years. In fact, let me tell you, Hindustan Unilever never moved for 10 years. It was at 300 rupee for 10 years. And those who bought it, I think the time frame between something like 2005 to 2015, the stock was at the same price, 10 years, zero return. But what it moved from that price of 300 to 1,500, 1,600, it did it in next 1 or 2 years. So I see a hockey stick kind of a move possible in ITC from current level. In fact, Reliance never moved for a long time. It was at 700, 800 rupees for a long time. And in no time from there, it went to 2,500 and gave all the returns what it missed for a long time. So I feel stocks like ITC, stocks like from FMCG, you have a lot to pick. Even pharma can do good. So might be Dr. Reddy, Sun Pharma. These are stocks which are evergreen. And even you can pick something like Pidilite, Asian Paint. These are all again stocks from the general consumer product kind of things like which I just now spoke about. So you can look at these themes, and then even might be, I feel personally from mid and small cap, if you want me to give some names, I am a guy who always puts his neck out and gives his views. I love to go wrong. I don't mind going wrong. but I mind giving two-sided opinion. I know some people now they say if inflation comes down, then market this year will go up. If inflation goes up, this year market will come down. That anyone can tell, na? So if inflation goes up, market has to come down. If inflation comes down, market has to. If crude oil comes down, then this market will do well. If crude oil goes up further, then it is bad to Indian economy, and India will do bad. Indian markets will do bad. This analysis anyone can tell. And I always say a fool can fool only another fool, not everyone every time. So I feel from mid and small cap, paper as an industry will do very, very good. Someone who understands that sector well, na, stocks like JK Paper, stocks like even for me, West Coast Paper looks very attractive on valuation. So there is comfort there. JRMs are going up like anything. Stocks like Chennai Petro has a lot of valuation comfort at current level. These are some mid and small cap stocks where I'm talking about. Talking all Asian Paint, Pidilite, Reliance Industry is so easy, but still I'm sharing some mid cap and small cap. See, that does not mean everyone should buy now Chennai Petro. Everyone should now buy some of these paper stocks. I said JK Paper, West Coast Paper, all that. It all depends what is your time frame, what is your risk appetite, what other stocks you have on your portfolio, what time frame, what time period you want to be invested. All that matters a lot. So just keeping in mind all large cap, mid cap, small cap, and different teams, different stocks, different sector. I've just shared some of these ideas. And even textile can do very good. In fact, if you want a conglomerate play, something like Raymond is looking very good for me at current level. So these are all stocks. If market falls further and you get them at much more attractive prices than what it is today, that's a steal where you have to buy these great companies, and you have to stay invested and you will make a lot of money. So be happy that there is this crisis which gives you quality at reasonable price.
Yeah, thank you. Then another question of the Himanji from Jodhpur itself. I will request CA Karan Garg, Chairman Ghaziabad branch, to ask the query, please.
Sir, the question is, shall we go with the trending stocks or with the stock having very bearish outlook, available at reasonable prices like technology stocks for long run purpose?
I will repeat.
See, very important.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Shall we go with the trending stocks or with the stock having very bearish outlook, available at reasonable prices like technology stocks for long run?
Sir, very simple, sir. If you are a trader and especially if you are a momentum trader, then yes, I want to buy stocks where I have fast price moves, and if you are able to manage that momentum volatility and you are a short-term trader, yes, for you, those stocks might be better. If someone does not have that kind of inclination to do momentum trading, it is all the style. If you are a long-term investor, you want low risk, then you might prefer the other one. It is something like this. You're asking me, sir, should I be playing defense and solid cricket? Should I play like Rahul Dravid or should I go like Virendra Sehwag? So if you want to save a test match, then I say Rahul Dravid style is very important. Every day Sehwag is not the best. To save a test match, I say Dravid is better than Sehwag. And if it is 5 ball, 20 runs required, now you can't play like Dravid. We want Sehwag there. So in one case, in one match, Dravid is important. In another match, Sehwag is important. I can't conclude every match Dravid is important or Sehwag is important. But my answer to you will be like, it depends for you what style suits. For me, momentum trading style might suit, which may not suit for you. And for you, what suits may not suit for me. But in this market, if you are looking for long term, I always bet on, for my investment, I bet on value stocks where I have deep margin of safety, where I know the businesses well, and where the company is definitely a leader and a performer. And if it is trading, then yes, look at momentum. I don't see these two as something which is two ends. For investing, it's a different ball game. For trading, it's a different ball game. If it is momentum, all that is trading. If it is long-term investing, then it is more to do with picking margin of safety and buying good stocks, quality at reasonable price.
Yeah, thank you. Then another
Next
query of
question.
B.R. Sant Kumar from Bengaluru. Rudra sir, can Karanji will ask.
Yes, sir, I'm hearing. Yeah.
Sir, the question is, I was tempted to review the operations of Amazon, whose share price dropped by 14%. After analysis of its financials, Sant Kumar sir felt that it is prudent to invest. What will be your advice on investment, sir?
Fabulous question. See, I call this as a psychological barrier, and I call this as might be because you like that stock so much and you feel a fall of 14% is there. You're trying to tell your mind that, oh, it's a great company, so now it is available at cheap price, we have to buy. I always say you have to have that mindset to see a stock keeping aside your personal interest. So I always say Freedom is a great stock. Why? Because I own it, right? You ask a mother, how is your son? She will say he is the best in the world. But don't ask mother on how is your son. Ask your wife. Na? She will tell all your points and she will say, Aya, my husband does not give me time. He does not come to home in time. Blah, blah, blah. All the comments come. So I say you have to be open to see even the other side. Might be the trend and the world is changing. So is the business adopting to those changes? Is it capable? Is the management change required? Is the product change required? What it because a great company has fallen, so now you have a reasonable value. What you are talking or against the certain percentage don't come to us. So because the current price from where it fell, that itself might not be reasonable. And I want you to understand one clear mathematics which cannot be explained by any mathematician. A fall of 50% on a stock can be made good by a rise of not 50%, but by a rise of 100%. I repeat again, a fall of 50% in a stock. Let's say you bought a stock at 100, it fell to 50 rupees. Now, from 50 to go back to the 100 purchase price, it has to rise not by 50%, but by 100%. And let me tell you, if a stock falls about 95%, to go back to break even, it has to rise by not 95%, but by 1800%. So I always first look at safeguarding capital, then comes return. I never look at return first. I look at risk first. I look at how less I have the chance of losing money in this stock. Return, let it ride till wherever it wants. Market will take care of the return. I have to take care of the risk. But never buy a stock and think it is at reasonable price just because it has fallen certain percentage from the top. You have to see the business. You have to see the current valuation when you pick up. But as a trader, it's a different ballgame. As an investor, it's a different ballgame. As an F&O trader, Rudra plays differently. And as a long-term investor, I play differently. So I cannot have both the same answers.
Yeah. Then Hemant ji again from Jodhpur. I am managing my investments through mutual funds, SIP and lump sum. I see towards PMS service, but I came to know that PMS is generating the same returns what I am managing through SIPs. So is there any need to invest through PMS? Please highlight.
Very simple answer. Again, I don't know which PMS you are invested, and I am not here to market and say, okay, I will manage the fund and do something and blah, 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 blah. I always say you have diamond, you don't have to market it at all. Lion, you just leave it loose, it will defend itself. You don't have to defend a lion or protect a lion. You have to just lose the chain what you have tied on a lion, it will take care of its own self. So I am a guy who says, yes, if you are putting money on even the PMS kind of an investment where someone else manages fund for you, it all depends on whom you are doing. Might be 1 year a PMS manager might have performed equally with a mutual fund guy in terms of return. You can't conclude by that PMS fellow is a bad fellow. And Rudra might have done great last year, but next year I might do bad. that does not mean someone else who did better than me next year is comparatively better than me. See, I'll make it easy analogy for you. In one match, let us say Virat Kohli scored 2 runs and Bumrah scored 5 runs. So because Virat Kohli scored 2 runs and Bumrah scored 5 runs, can I conclude Bumrah is a better batsman than Virat Kohli because Bumrah scored 5 runs and Kohli scored only 2 runs? I have to see over a period of time consistently who is scoring more runs. I'm sure Kohli will beat Bumrah in terms of batting, hands down. So you can't compare just 1 year return of mutual fund with a PMS manager, and just because he has not performed that year well, you cannot conclude that PMS is not giving great returns compared to mutual fund. It all depends over a period. You have to give time and then compare. That is where you have to have the smartness to pick the right guy on whom you want to invest upon. Hope I've answered it with a cricket analogy, and I've attempted my level best to give you an answer. Thank you.
Then from Oman, Santosh Sethi, he is having one query. What is the long-term horizon for an employee CA who has started his investment in stock journey since March 2020? He strives to invest regularly on a monthly basis, irrespective of the bull and bear market condition. What should be the expected return and time frame long term?
Excellent question and simple answer I will give you. So I always say for me long term means anything between 3 to 5 years. I still remember a person came to me and said, sir, I'm a long term investor, give me a stock. So Reliance was at that time was at about 800 rupees. I told him buy Reliance. So he came next day when Reliance was 10 rupee down and he was asking me, sir, you said buy Reliance at 800, now it is 790, what should I do? I said, you asked me a stock for long term. Why are you worried about 1 day and 10 rupee down move? He said, no, no, sir, for me long term is 1 day. So from that day, I started asking everyone, whoever says, sir, give me stock for long term. First, I'll ask him, for you, long term means how many days or years or whatever. Because for him, long term is 1 day. And I asked him, for you, what is short term? He said, buy at 10 o'clock, sell at 10:01. For him, that is short term. So this is again my perception. So 3 to 5 years is a good period when I say long term. But if you can give much more than that, great. As per income tax, when you segregate short term and long term, at least there the law itself for income tax purpose says 1 year. I say for investment purpose 3 to 5 years kind of a time period, and keep investing in ups and downs of all market. And if you ask me what's a fair return, super answer. I gave a comparison between Simons and Warren Buffett, and you know the answer. So if someone can compound money even at 20 to 22% per annum over long period of time, then I say that's a great return. So if you make 65% even 1 year and you can't sustain it over a long period of time, number one, and it is too volatile return. 1 year 65%, next year minus 30%, next year plus 70%, next year minus 45. The problem here is when you get a drawdown of 30 or 45%, to come back, you have to come back not 30% or 45%. You have to come back more than that because the base is different. If you lose 50% of your portfolio, to come back, you have to gain 100%. So this is where people who understand just not businesses, just not picking up stocks, but those who understand how to manage risk well, when to take leverage, when not to take leverage, position sizing, and how do you allocate your money into stocks. So people ask me, sir, Satyam is a very bad company, sir, no one made money. Yes Bank is a very bad company, no one made money. Great, you are all right. But if someone had just 1% of his portfolio in Yes Bank and Satyam, and he had 99% of his portfolio in Infosys, in Reliance, in let us say Tata Steel, Tata Motor, they have made killing money. So I know a person who has bought good stocks, but allocation in his portfolio is very less. Whereas I know a person who has bought all the bad stocks, whose allocation in the portfolio is very small. So it is just not in the stock picking. Even allocation matters a lot. So like this, there are so many things which are more into the surface level learning is different from the real experience and expertise of delivering returns. So I say you have to keep in mind all these things at a deeper level. It is just not buying the stock. So I gave some 10 stocks to you. Now you don't know the allocation, what I might make in those 10 stocks compared to what you might make. I didn't say buy equal quantity or equal value in all these stocks. So you can borrow anything, but not conviction. That is where own research comes into picture. So I always say you have to either be a great driver or at least have a good driver wherein you can sit back and enjoy and you can sleep in the Benz car even or Rolls Royce, whatever you want to enjoy your drive. But if you have a driver where you have to be awake and you have to keep telling him go left and right, then that's not worth having that kind of a ride.
Thank you. Great. Then from Panji, CA Kamlesh Amlani ji is having the query. I think it was during your deliberation, he must be having some query, not consistent in their investing methodology. I think when you were speaking at that time, he must have written, not consistent in their investing methodology. Then from Oman itself, Santosh Sethi ji, people do not become super rich because their minds do not allow them. They are negative.
Very much right. I agree fully. So people with negative mindset, they will only find excuses. People with positive mindset, they only find solutions. So very much right. You require. That's the reason why our topic name is mind, market, money. So if you want to make money, you have to have that strong mind, and market is just the vehicle through which you make it. Sir, we have crossed the time, I think, and even if we can take just the last one or two and end.
Yeah.
Then, and in fact, Anuj sir, we can next week, I think, yes, you have a program at Lucknow, right, where you are asking me to come in person, and it is not like this online and only for your words I am coming there. So I'm sure next time people can, you have to only get this recommendation letter not from Narendra Modi but from CA Anuj Goyal, for whom my closest person, closest to my heart, for him I do anything. So that is where Jodhpur people had that opportunity to have Rudra this way, and I think just 3-4 days back your team contacted me for this, and I said yes only because of Anuj Goyal sir, and might be yes, we will have another time and another occasion where we can have the program. In fact, today I'm just missing my family time one, and that I always do it, but my Mumbai work, and I don't know if you can see me, that energy levels are not normal. If someone thinks this is high energy, now you have to be part of next week program at Lucknow, and being very tired, I've just given my session today.
That is just wonderful in spite of that very, very hectic schedule and only 1 hour sleep.
Sir, I've spoken only 45 minutes yesterday, so that is my sleep time.
Yes,
I slept at 3:30 and got up morning 4:15 for my flight back to Bangalore. Had meetings even here. So just 1 or 2 questions with which if you can end, sir, I would appreciate.
Yeah. Then
thank you.
Nimesh Rajendra from Mumbai, because people spend money instead of saving or investing.
My answer is very simple. It's like someone asking me, should I do bowling or batting in cricket? If batting suits you, you do batting. Bowling suits you, do bowling. And I say like this, and this was an answer given by Radhakishan Damani. He said, I do trading to generate capital to do investing. And he also told 95% of my wealth is made through investing. Only 5% of my wealth came through trading. And he told the capital required to make that investment and wealth of 95% which came through investing came through trading. So like if my father had given me 100 crore and told Rudra go and invest in market, then I don't have to do trading at all. But if you're not born with golden spoon and you have to create your capital to invest, then trading is required. So two different ball games. Definitely trading is more riskier, and that is where you have more returns to make. Investing is less riskier, lower in terms of return also. See what suits you, which part of the wealth, the story and the cycle of your life you are. Depends on where you want to reach, what's your goal in terms of your financial numbers, in terms of your other things, what you want in life, all that. So then take a call. So you want to become Mukesh Ambani, Bill Gates, you want to become Jeff Bezos, you want to become Elon Musk, you have to take that calculated risk, and it's a different level altogether. You want to become the best among the community where you are or in your area where you are, then it's a different ball game. So gully cricket, tennis ball cricket is different from leather ball. That does not mean leather ball is better than tennis ball. So I know a lot of great tennis ball players where even the greatest leather ball players cannot play. It all depends. What's the goal, vision, purpose? What do you want to achieve? And accordingly, the strategy has to be built.
Yeah, and I think we'll be taking the last query because
Yes,
we are having a lot number of queries. CA Jitendra Goyal ji from Ghaziabad is asking of the future of campus.
Sir, personally, I don't track that company closely. And out of all the recent IPOs which came also, even the platform type of companies, even though they have fallen so much, whether you take your Paytms, your Zomatos, your Nika is a far better company to me compared with Paytm. And see, in fact, the recent one like your Veranda Learning was a fabulous IPO. Even at current price, looks very attractive. Many a times valuation might look expensive, but what we see is the future growth, the trajectory, and how much is the power with the promoter in terms of achieving the plans whatever he has made. So it is the execution capability which is to be given that high valuation. So I cannot say, okay, all the lower PE stocks are very good to invest. If there is no growth, what is the meaning in buying a lower PE stock? So people think all stocks with low PE are very good to invest because you have valuation comfort. I don't want to buy a stock because PE is very low. I want to buy a stock where there is great growth and market is not seeing that kind of a growth which I am able to see, and I have valuation comfort. I don't want to buy a stock which does not have growth but has valuation comfort. What is the use of betting there? So these are things, and I cannot track all the 6,000 plus listed companies in market. So few of them I know I can give an answer, few of them I may not track, and I'm just giving my perspective. In fact, I'll give you an example. I know a person who is so bullish on a stock like Raymond, and I know another great investor who is completely negative. Only time will tell whether that is a good stock or not. And it depends on what time frame might be one investor is saying. Many a times people ask me, sir, both are seeing the same numbers. Why one is bullish, why one is bearish? A person might be seeing for 5 years trajectory, another fellow might be seeing for, let us say, 5 months. So you might be bearish for 5 months, but the other person for the same stock, he might be bullish for 5 years. So you have to keep in mind what is the allocation, what is the risk level, what is the time frame you are looking for, what are the other stocks in your portfolio, how much of other stocks of the same sector do you have, so how much you are leveraged, how much you are not leveraged, all that matters.
Yeah, and I think one last question by Mukesh Vyasji. Mukesh Vyasji is having one query. Mukeshji, over to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, as Mr. Rudramurthy said, one should buy quality in crisis. So, will it be possible for him to suggest any script or any sector where one can go at this point of time?
I've given more than 10 stocks, so you have to just, this session is getting recorded, I think, and I've even made the disclosure. So I gave you a lot of sectors and stocks which I just discussed, all from large cap, mid cap, small cap, and even just now I even spoke some company names also. If you want me to just repeat
Yes,
and for the
yes.
benefit of all of us, yeah, I will do that. I spoke about
We have
yeah, I
noted that,
spoke
sir. I
about
have
Reliance
noted that.
Industry, Bharti Airtel.
Yes, sir.
I spoke about ITC,
Yes.
mid cap. I spoke about
JK
paper
Paper,
like
West
JK
Coast,
Paper, West Coast, Raymond,
West Coast,
Veranda Learning. Just
Raymond,
now I spoke.
Nika. Yes, yes, yes.
नहीं
I have
Paytm
noted
Nika
that.
को मत डालना. I don't like
Yes, yes, sir.
those kinds of Paytm Nika and all. Sir, if you put money
you
in
have Nika.
Zomato, Paytm, Nika, I avoid. Nika, okay, but
Okay.
I still avoid, but no money to Paytm and Zomato. And I was the first person in India who made this statement. Say no to Yes Bank. So I said, say no to Yes Bank. So like that, I said, don't buy Zomato because Zomato will come at the price of tomato.
Okay.
Yeah. And also don't buy Paytm because if you buy Paytm, you have to pay M to market every time. So Paytm ko avoid karna.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank
Jai
you
Shri Krishna.
very much, Rudra sir.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you very much. A very, very big round of applause.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And I think we have to conclude. Dr. Amit Agrawal ji is amongst all of us, and our chairman of the Ghaziabad branch, C. Karangar ji is with us, and C. Dhaval Kothari ji, chairman Jodhpur branch, is amongst all of us. May I request Dhaval Kothari ji to propose the vote of thanks on behalf of all of us. Dhaval ji.
Thank you, sir. On behalf of Jodhpur branch of CRCF ICI, I see Dhaval Kothari. First of all, my sincere thanks to Almighty God for making today's event a grand success. By His blessings and grace, we are able to make this event what it was. I give a really heartfelt vote of thanks to our speaker, C.A. Rudra Murthy ji, who spent their busiest time. Today we had the opportunity to hear their thoughts, and this is definitely enlightened us, and using his experience, we will able to create wealth. I would like to thank C.A. Anuj Goyal, CCM sir, C.A. Umesh Sharma, CCM sir, for their words of wisdom. I would like to thank all managing committee members of Jodhpur branch. I would like to thank Karan Garg sir for giving his time. I would like to thank to all participants. Without their role, it's not possible to make it successful. Last but not least, Dr. Amit Kumar Agarwal ji for smooth managing these VCMs. Thank you. Over to you, sir.
So thank you very much, Rudra ji. Thank you very much, Dhaval ji. Thank you very much, Karan ji, and the entire team of Committee on Financial Market Investors Protection, the giver, the Om Prakash ji, and other, I think the backbone. And we are having a wonderful program by Rudra sir on 14th of this month at the capital of the Uttar Pradesh, Lucknow. Honorable Rajnath Singh ji, the Defense Minister of the country, will be there. I will request all of you to be there. We will be virtual also. There will be live telecast of that program. But I will request to come, all of you, if you can come physically. The detail will be shared by Dr. Amit Agrawal ji with all the members. And Rudra ji is having very, very good social media connect. So I will request Rudra ji also to disseminate this.
Yeah, surely. And even people who want to follow me on Twitter, you can follow me. My ID is I am Rudra Murthy. And you have any questions, queries, because we could not take it right now, you can even write to me in my Twitter handle. I am Rudra Murthy. Just go to Twitter and you search that I am available. And I will even put in Twitter about this program where I am coming to Lucknow in person next week. That's on 14th Saturday. And I can definitely address. And I'm sure for anything more from the institute side or anyone else who wants Rudra in person, either online, offline, all that. So Anuj sir is always there. So for me, he is above Narendra Modi. So I don't want a recommendation letter from my family member or a brother like Anuj sir. So I do anything for Anuj sir's word, and he has been such a nice gentleman for his passion, for his passion to serve the CA fraternity and our community. That gives me that heartfelt regards to just support and be a small Hanuman for the great cause what he wants to build for our fraternity of chartered accountants and for this country at large. So for that reason, I always support and say always yes to Anuj sir's request. So anyone who wants to just get in touch from the institute side for any of these type of activities, do speak to Anuj sir and let the. I always say everyone need not become great leaders. When we have great leader, being a great follower is great. So we have the great leader. So I just want to be the great follower.
Thank you, Rudra sir. We are really, really grateful for your love and affection for the chartered accountants, for the profession, for the country, for the nation. and I am quite confident when we will be having the brand ambassadors like you. I think our country will certainly reach to the highest position, and we will certainly overpass not only the United States of America, but in the times to come, we can very well overpass even China. So thank you very much. The team Jodhpur, Rudra sir, Dr. Amit Agrawal ji, the chairman of the Jodhpur branch, Dhaval Kothari ji, Mukesh Vyas ji, Chairman Ghaziabad branch, Karan Garg ji, and all our honorable participants from each and every part of the world. And we will certainly be going with the more and more programs of Rudra sir on a bigger platform, in which we will try to see that lakhs of members from each and every part of the world, the company secretaries, the cost accountants, the law graduate, the MBAs, the investors can be there, and Dr. Amit Agrawal ji will take lead in organizing that program, and it can be a full day program since morning till evening. So look forward to have a bigger virtual program on a bigger platform. Thank you very much, Rudra sir. See you very soon. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.